right, so today we'll be playing part 3 of National Park Girls. Last we left off, Yellowstone was feeling rather, you know, she was feeling like she wasn't really like people didn't appreciate her enough, and so she had a bit of an explosive moment. But now everybody is starting to appreciate her more, and now we're moving on to this. Okay. Remember. Try to remember. Remember what she taught you. Her stories. Who she was. Who she still is.
Yosemite! Wherever are you hiding?
That voice.
Oh dear me. If she doesn't appear soon, I won't be able to tell her a story. Our picnic will be ruined. Whatever shall I do?
It still sounds so warm, as angelic as I remember. Remember. At least I can still do that much. Not all of us are so lucky.
Wait, I'm right here! I want to hear this story!
Did I seriously fall for that? Such a simple trick. Yet I can't help but wish to return to those days where I would fall for it.
Oh, I'm not so sure now. It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should return to the cabin.
Preposterous!
I don't think that's the word you're looking for.
It's preposterous, dear.
Preposterous!
Every parent ever. There was a quick rustle. My head popped out from a bush. Or was it from behind a tree? Definitely some type of flora.
Please, Zion! I want to hear the story about the again. Tell me the story.
Jesus. What story was it? I'm not sure if I can recall it. It was something simple, right? A fable, I'm positive. The descriptor is on the tip of my tongue. I know it is. So why does the memory feel fuzzy when I think of it? Why does the word crackle out like radio static?
Goodness. I suppose I have no choice then.
No, you certainly do not.
Zion laughed. Her laugh was always so beautiful. Like a song. It would always draw the birds to her. They would perch themselves on her shoulders, her wings, her antlers, back when she had them.
Very well. Come sit down, little one. You can't listen to a story from all the way over there, now can you?
I crawled out from whatever plant I was hiding behind. Sitting on a long toppled over tree, Zion patted her lap. Her gown fluttered all the way down her long body and drifted with the wind. I looked up to smile at her, I remember that much. And what? I looked up to smile at her and there was no face. That can't be right. But no matter how hard I try to remember, her face is a blur. Her voice was beautiful, her build was tall, so what did she look like?
Coming!
I skipped over to where she was sitting, and the more I think about it, the blurrier it gets. Details begin to blend. The patches of dirt and grass I was romping across mixed together. They're a spiraling green-brown vortex now. Was it even a log she was sitting on? Could it have been a rock? By the time I'm sitting in her lap, it doesn't matter. By the time I was sitting on her lap, she was my anchor.
Straighten your posture.
But Zion, must I really?
I mean, yes, unless you want to deal with back problems like me.
Only if you respect yourself.
Whining, I pulled back my slumped shoulders, then rolled my eyes at her. Except now I don't have a face either.
Now?
Zion nodded, but now it looks like watercolors sweating down a canvas.
Once upon a time, in a field. In the past, he had been...
Jesus.
Including his clothes. While wandering the endless...
More vanishing words now. Why aren't they coming to me? Where did they go? Everything is congealing together now. Everything about this. I can only remember it as if I saw it all through tears. The world as I knew it is only a kaleidoscope now, a mesh of people, of colors, of sounds. Not this one, please, any memory but this. It's too precious. Let me hear it again. Let me hear the story. Let me hear your voice. Please.
Yosemite.
Yosemite. Yosemite.
I feel like we all have that one person that we're just like, you lose them and you wish that you could hear their voice again or remember what they looked like. Because it's just been too long since you last saw them or heard them. Like, whether or not they're, like, gone forever or not, just, there's always that one person that you just slowly lose the memories of. There's a tug in my sleeve. I feel the breath leave my body as I gasp, pulling me back into consciousness. I jolt up in my seat. Zion flinches. Clenching my chest, I look down at her. Her wings are tucked in and wrapped around her like a blanket. The mangy puppy is at her side, standing guard in case I make any sudden movements.
Go back to sleep, boy.
Creature? Her voice is gentle but firm. Seeing such authority protrude from this new, small body of hers is comical, but just like animals always do with her, the puppy listens, and after a cursory glance, it trots over to its overfluffed bed and lays down. Sorry. Light has just barely begun to creep through the window. The entire cabin is tinted in an untouched blue. Scattered across the room, I can hear Yellowstone and the Rangers snoring. The Ranger's louder. I attempt to ask her what she's doing awake so early, but a yawn breaks through instead. Only an impression of a sentence comes out.
I'm always awake this early. It's peaceful.
Her wings spread out, feathers puffing up. She plants her hands on her waist and gives me a scolding glance.
I think the real question is, why are you sleeping at the table? It's so hard and uncomfy. No wonder you mutter in your sleep.
Dang.
I wasn't sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a quick cat nap.
Okay. It's like when people tell you, like, oh my god. It's like when your parents tell you, like, oh, I'm just resting my eyes, and then 2 seconds later, you just hear snoring. It's like, yeah, we're all guilty of it. Where it's like, we all become that person where it's like, I'm just closing my eyes. I'm just resting my eyes. I'm not going to sleep, and then 2 seconds later, you're just passed out. The glare only gets more stern as she flaps her wings and hovers off the ground. Soft bursts of wind kiss my face, my only warning.
You were buried in your research again.
Drat, these stacks of books and paper on the table always make it nothing but obvious.
Weren't you?
Even now, after all this time and all these changes, she's still like this. At least I can latch onto it and take some small comfort.
Can't get anything past you.
I give a fake sigh and let it dissolve into a smile.
I was.
There's not much else I can say that wouldn't just extend the theatrics. Zion exhales deeply, landing back on the ground. Instead of stern, she only looks worried now.
I know it means a lot to you, and I don't want you to stop or anything, but you always get so cranky when you put too much of yourself into it. It's sad to watch when it happens. At least get some good sleep so you're well rested. Please?
She stares up at me, hands folded and pleading. There's warmth in her eyes, as there always has been. Yet, they aren't the same eyes I grew to cherish. They're different now. And they've been different for a long time.
Come here, little one.
I beckon her forward with my finger. She doesn't hesitate to come in for an embrace. Nuzzling in close, she squeezes me tight.
You know I get anxious real easy.
I know. Sorry for making you worry.
I pat her, bringing her with me as I do my best to rock back and forth in this chair. Yes, I can take comfort in the small reminders of the past, but it will never be the same as when it was. Existing like this, hugging her like this. Perhaps it's important to love despite everything, but it rings so hollow. I wish it wouldn't.
Say, Zion?
Her voice is muffled. She looks... Sorry. Her voice is muffled. She looks up. Only hair and a pair of eyes. The rest of her still buried in my clothes.
Do you remember that story we like?
Oh.
The one you used to always tell me?
She tilts her head.
No. You and Yellowstone are the ones who tell stories. That's how it's always been.
Oh god, dude. No. Not always.
Maybe I've told it to you before then. It's about an animal, right? Some kind of bird?
Clutching her head, she tries to squeeze the information out of herself, but it just ends up looking painful.
I think you mentioned something about it recently, but I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh. It's not surprising, but it doesn't keep it from being any less disappointing.
No need to apologize.
I bring her back in close. If she saw the look on my face, it would only worry her more.
Occasionally, things just slip our minds. It's just something that happens over time.
So sorry. I did not mean to click so soon. Chapter 3, Daughter of Zion.
For the love of God, Yellowstone! If you're gonna bellyache about needing help with the cleaning, then the least you can do is sweep up the soot from your head Kano!
I drag my finger along the floorboard. A chalky gray powder sticks to it. It's like someone sprinkled ashes from the fireplace.
You're yelling at air. She and Zion went out to find trouble hours ago.
Yosemite is sitting over at the table in her usual spot because there's literally nothing better for her to do. But instead of flipping through a book or scribbling down notes in handwriting I cannot read for the life of me, she's just sitting there, her hands clasped together and resting beneath her nose.
I'm yelling at her in the general sense. It's a hypothetical yell.
Is it?
It's not hypothetical if you say it out loud.
And it's not a Saturday morning if you aren't being a pain in the ass.
You love it.
I tolerate it.
Coffee?
Yep.
Please.
By the time I'm over at the table, she already has a steaming hot cup of coffee for me straight from the percolator.
I need this.
That you do. Well, I think we all do. I think we all need some caffeine right now. I flop down in the chair. When I stare down into the cup, it's thick and black and swirling with just a little bit of sugar. Huh, she remembered. Here's to you, you overgrown tree.
Exasperating morning.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it.
Every day of my life is exasperating. But this...
I take a quick gulp from my mug. If I don't breathe, it doesn't burn as bad.
This has the added bonus of being my day off.
Ah.
Isn't that normally a good thing?
You would think so, right? But this also happens to be the day my boss is visiting.
Oh.
The chatty woman who seems far more respectable than you? I assumed you two got along.
It's hard to get angry at that remark. Even if it's chocked full of sass, Jessie is absolutely more respectable than me.
Oh, yeah, she's a hoot. But her mercy isn't eternal.
Yeah.
Which means no messes, no coyotes, and I can't believe life has led me to a point where I actually have to say this out loud. No park girls.
Yosemite raises an eyebrow, but I don't detect any of her usual smarm behind it.
Is that really what you call us?
I mean, what else do you want me to call you?
What, you want to be a ghost forever?
Yeah. Her eyes slink down, scanning the permanent mess of research cluttering the table. A joyless smirk sprouts from her lips.
No, I suppose not.
Anyway, I was hoping to get Yellowstone's help with tidying up this sty, but seeing as she's not here...
I chug what's left of my coffee and slam it down with a satisfying clank.
You'll be helping instead.
Damn.
You just decided that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Sure did. Not like you're actually doing anything productive.
And she isn't. Unless you count staring at a wall productive, she's just been daydreaming all morning. I expect at least a little pushback, but aside from a dirty look, which, let's be real, is just her regular face, she starts organizing her research into nice, orderly stacks.
I'll help you out, but only so Yellowstone doesn't have more work to do. Try to tell me how to clean, and I'll use your hat as a rag.
She sounds utterly defeated while saying it. Did I stumble my way into taming her? Life really is full of happy accidents.
That's what I like to hear. See how peaceful things can be when you just bend to my will.
I say it jokingly, but you know what? It's true. My life would be so much easier if everyone just listened to what I said.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody thinks that. People would be a lot less complicated if that was if that's how it was, but you know. Unfortunately, everybody has a mind of their own and we're all very, very complicated. With her books and papers now compartmentalized, she places them inside the cardboard box that takes up half of the table, then lugs it over to the bookshelf. That's it? Just, No snide comments about squashing my growing ego, no sweeping declarations of hypocrisy. Must be an off day.
You feeling okay today? If you're running a fever, you should tell me now so I can report any fires before they get out of hand.
She walks past me and takes me to the sink, not even bothering to turn on the faucet. She wrings out the water from her hair and lets it run over the dirty plates in the sink. Slightly revolting, I guess, but I'm way beyond the point of thinking about it too hard about... Oh, I'm way beyond the point of thinking too hard about this kind of stuff.
I feel fine.
Do you really? Turning away from me, she goes back to the dishes, brushing me off with a wave of her hand.
I have my doubts, but assuming you know how to use a broom, get the area by the couch. That part of the floor is where Yellowstone sleeps.
Now that she mentions it, I don't think I've ever seen Yellowstone sleep on the couch. Yosemite guards it with the ferocity of a Rottweiler, leaving poor Yellowstone to wiggle on the floor like a slug in her sleeping bag. It almost makes me feel bad for all those times I've kicked her out of bed. Almost. I head for the closet and fish out the broom, dragging the brush along the floorboards as I head for the couch. It's really the most efficient way to clean, the maximum amount of space. Oh. It doesn't take long for Pup to take notice of it. He crouches down onto his front paws, his tail wagging in the air as the broom skids around like prey.
Don't you even!
Too late. That was my first mistake, because when I yanked the broom back, he pounces. He lands on the head of the broom. I feel the weight immediately, unable to even tug on it without pulling him along too.
No.
As if challenging me, he bites into the brush.
You little gremlin!
Yep. I try to pull it away from him, but he just takes it as his cue to pull it towards himself. Why would you do this? Of course he's gonna take it as tug of war, man.
Let go.
I pull. He pulls. Amazing. He baited me into playing tug of war. I bet it was his plan all along. As much as I would love to spend more time with the goodest boy in the whole world, I decide to end it then and there. I drop the broom and walk over, picking him up by the scruff of his neck.
God, you're getting so heavy.
It's like he knows it too, because he just pants happily while he dangles there. He really has grown since I first stationed here. Before I could easily pick him up with one hand, now it's a bit of a workout.
Bad.
He licks his chops.
But also, so good.
I'm too much of a sucker to do any actual scolding, but at the same time, he's too much of a liability right now. Jessie would have my head and probably do the decapitation herself if she saw him. I carry him over to the door and toss him onto the porch, slamming the door shut before he can barge back in. He'll just have to stay outside until the visit is over. Aww. There it is, the waterworks. The saddest ahoo in the world. Not long after, he begins scratching at the door.
Is leaving him out there a good idea? What if he goes to the campground?
Valid question.
Great. He'll love the attention. You should have seen him when he was down there last week. All the kids were begging their parents to take him home.
That's a bad thing?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, dude, that's not good.
It's a thing. Humans are hardwired to love the cute little fuzzy wuzzies.
What the fuck? Yeah, never say that again. Pup's scratching at the door stops. Yosemite freezes, dropping a plate in the sink. It doesn't shatter, but I wish it did, because at least that would end the silence. Her head turns. The only word I can use to describe the look on her face would be concerned. I cough because any noise will ease my discomfort at this point.
Anyway, it's not a big deal. Just until Jessie leaves.
Yosemite rolls her eyes and shrugs off the encounter. I make the walk of shame back to the broom and start to sweep.
So tell me, Ranger, why is she coming? Doesn't she typically call you over the radio to check in?
She said she just wanted to catch up. Lord knows why when she has 1,000 more important things she could be doing.
The dust on the floor has barely moved. It's just more smeared around now. Damn broom must be defective.
Maybe she considers you important.
I stop.
For her sake, I hope she doesn't. I'm just gonna keep letting her down.
It's already happened more times than I can count. This last time, she was the only thing standing between me and unemployment. I still have no idea how she managed to get the lawsuit swept under the rug.
Knowing her, though, I'm sure she'll just keep poking her nose into my business.
Don't take it for granted. You might not always have someone like that.
Sadly, yeah. Yosemite doesn't stop washing the dishes this time, but there's an unfamiliar weight behind her words. A tinge of wistfulness.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird, no matter how hopeless I become, Jessie was the only person who constantly insisted that this job has any value, that I have value. I don't know if she's right, but sometimes it was enough to actually make me feel like I was important.
Since when did you start giving good advice?
Since before you were born. But you're just too stubborn to listen.
Nah, that can't be right.
A collage of muffled stomps and voices practically breaks down the door. It's such an unfocused racket, it sounds like a middle school marching band just descended upon the porch. Jesus. Oh god. Yellowstone's voice carries a tune from outside. My ears are already bracing for impact. She swings open the door, striking the wall with the doorknob, and the dishes on the counter rattle.
I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day.
Somebody, stop her. She marches into the cabin, caked from head to toe with dry mud and tracking it right behind her. Bro. Hell no. Ain't no way. Brother. If I just swept, like, if I just cleaned, no, you're gone.
I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away.
Dear God. Zion trots in behind her, singing the rest of the verse. She's also drenched in mud, everywhere from her angelic hair to her pretty gown. At least she has the decency to fly instead of getting it on the floor, though.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing?
Oh my God.
Rise up so early in the morn.
Oh, God. She stomps around the room, spreading the gospel of mud from floorboard to floorboard. Zion follows behind her happily. I can feel the scowl forming across my lips, my eye twitching.
Can't you hear the whistle blowing?
I love both of them just being like, what the fuck? Finally, once there's a trail of muddy footsteps spiraling around the cabin, Yellowstone makes her way to me and leans in.
Dinah blow your
God, dude. Stop her. She pulls down on me twice like a train whistle. I think she's done. There's a long pause as Yellowstone waits for something. Maybe it's a smile, or maybe she's waiting for me to crack.
What's the matter, Ranger? Ain't you gonna say howdy?
I'm gonna do something else.
You.
Uh-oh.
Yellowstone!
You.
My voice is a low growl.
Yellowstone?
Yeah, you fucked up. Her voice is a scared whimper.
Do you realize what you have just done?
I grip her shoulders, digging my fingernails into her clothes. She shrinks back and I feel like a giant. The fear swims in her eyes.
Did I sing too loud?
That's not even your worst offense.
Look.
My hands move from her shoulders to her head. I twist her to each spot on the floor that mud is stuck to, force her to face her. What? I think they just meant to say forcing her to face the destruction she has wrought.
Oh, that ain't a big dealio. I can clean that up lickety-split.
You better know how to, girl, because you gotta do it right now.
Lickety split, huh? How long is that? It better be seconds because my boss will be here any minute.
Oh, jeez. I had no idea. Honest, I'm real sorry, Eve. Let me try and make it up to you.
As good at it as I am, it's hard to stay angry at her for too long. With how often she cleans this place, I know she didn't do it on purpose. All she's guilty of is being an airhead, and getting uppity with an airhead just makes me a tyrant. I sigh down from fury to mild annoyance. Progress.
Don't worry about it. We'll clean it up together.
Looking over her, it's hard to not at least smirk. You ever see a teenager fall off a skateboard and eat dirt? It's kind of like that.
Look at you. You're filthy. How do you even get mud in some of these places?
I dab my finger on my tongue and wipe some of the grime off her volcano. The brat groans and pouts about it, but by the time I'm done, I can see my reflection.
Same goes for you, Zion. What on earth did you get up to? You look like a derelict.
For as much grief as I give Yellowstone for her butchering of the English language, at least she's not trying to bring it back from the 19th century like Yosemite.
Well, we were out picking mushrooms.
Okay.
And you avoided the poisonous ones, right?
Yosemite squats down, wringing water out of her hair and onto her jacket. As if polishing a plate or a car, she wipes the smudges off Zion's face and makes an attempt to get some of the mud crusted to her hair.
Yellowstone almost ate one, but then I told her what you told me.
Oh, God.
That ego death stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Just what exactly is in the mushrooms of Yosemite National Park?
But afterwards, we decided that plain old mushrooms just weren't enough. So we
dear
decided
God.
to make mud pies.
Oh, my God.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
It was very exciting.
I bet it was. Yosemite's eyes are a smithery and the daggers are being sharpened as she looks to Yellowstone.
And you let this happen?
Seemingly.
Sure did.
Jesus.
Even used my head as an oven so the pies would get nice and warm.
Girl. I chop Yellowstone's volcano to shut her up. The ridges scrape my hand.
You already dug your grave. Don't give the eulogy too.
Yosemite's ire has been delayed for now. She sighs and returns her focus to Zion.
Honestly, Zion, it's perfectly okay if you want to play, but does it have to be so dirty? It's unsightly.
Unsightly? Please. Since when did you become Victorian?
I snort. The girl has the weirdest hang-ups.
I'm not happy with it either, but she's just a kid. Let her have her fun.
Uh-oh. Probably shouldn't have said that.
Don't call her that.
Yosemite snaps at me like a cornered dog. Both me and Yellowstone flinch. But when she looks back at Zion, all is well. She gives her a smile, brushing her fingers through Zion's hair.
Ignore her. You're a beautiful and proper young lady. Like you've always been. Just be sure to act like it, okay?
Jesus, dude. Yosemite's smile looks like it's starting to strain, forming dimples I've never seen before. Yellowstone looks away, frowning as she bends down to pick up the broom. Poor Zion can only silently beg me for help. Sorry, kid, but I don't think Yosemite is going to let me win this one. Finally, she settles on Yosemite and tries to force her own smile. Her desperation for this moment to end is practically carved into her eyes.
Okay. I'll try to be more careful and not get dirty when playing from now on.
She pats Zion on the head and stands up, massaging the bridge of her nose like she was just struck with a migraine.
Sweetie,
Zion snaps to attention.
be a dear and dust off the top of the bookshelf for me, please. It's the easiest for you to reach.
Yes, of course. I'll get right on that.
Jesus, dude. Because I live in a nightmare, Zion plucks off a feather from one of her wings, then flies up to the top of the bookshelf to use it as a duster. Yosemite lumbers over to the sink, returning to the dishes and leaving me and Yellowstone alone in the middle of the cabin. I lean in and whisper as she uses the broom to swat out the dust from the couch.
Why do I feel like I just witnessed something kind of gross?
That's because you did. She whispers back.
'Cause Yosemite's got it bad.
Has what?
Uh-oh. Yosemite feigns a cough from across the room.
I'll see to my own as I deem fit, Ranger. Now get to cleaning before the better version of you arrives.
Damn, bitch. She's not wrong about that last bit, but I resent that first half. I've been here long enough to at least have some say in how exactly we play house.
Mama Bear Syndrome.
Ah. Yellowstone finishes her secret and slides off with the broom. It's not my business, and I won't make it my business. But if I were to make it my business, which I'm not, there would be an uneasy tickle crawling down my neck. Who knows, though? Wouldn't be the first time a hunch ended up being the common cold. We all get to business and go about cleaning the cabin, much to my endless relief. Getting the mud out isn't as hard as I thought it would be. That's hardwood for you, floor as God intended it. Uh-oh. As sure as the sun will swallow the earth, Jessie arrives right on time. 3 knocks clatter at the front door.
Knock, knock.
Oh, hell no. We all freeze. 3 sets of eyes look to me. Don't look at me.
Crap, it's Jessie.
We can see that.
Well, you really can't see it. You can hear it.
Technically, we can hear it. If her perfume is as strong as last time, we might be able to smell it, too.
Dang. Poor Jessie. Catching strays, bro. We really need to have a talk with Yellowstone soon.
Sorry for being a minute late. Ernie locked the keys in the truck and it was just a whole big thing.
She grunts and I hear the porch creak.
Could you come open the door for me?
Absolutely
I'm
not.
carrying a lot of stuff and it's actually
Another grunt.
a little heavy.
I'd assume so. Her muffled voice sounds pathetic on the other side of the door. Sorry, Jessie. You'll have to wait a bit longer.
Sorry, I'm naked.
Me too, bitch. Anyway, sup, Wyvern? How you doing? Both Jessie and Ernie catching strays. Yep.
You're a terrible liar.
Me too.
And you're just terrible.
Oh.
Now, go disappear or whatever it is you things do.
Things? The 3 girls come together to lock hands. Zion grabs a fine strand of her muddy hair and whines.
We're still so dirty.
I'm sorry, kiddo, but how's that my problem? You did that to yourselves.
Let's just splash around in the river and wash it all off.
Or just
I don't
use
think so.
Yosemite.
You'll be using the campground showers like respectable.
All 3 of them vanish right in the middle of Yosemite's lecturing. A gust of wind rushes through my hair. Silence has never been so therapeutic.
Please. Gravity is kicking my butt.
Me too.
Coming!
Don't worry, bitch. I'm gonna be kicking your butt soon. I sprint. Oh my god. I sprint over to the door and open it for her. Just in time, too, because Jessie looks like she's about to be crushed by the weight of all the grocery bags she's holding.
Hi, Eve.
Okay. I think her muscles might collapse. The things I make this poor woman endure. The only comfort I can give her is a pitiable smile. I take half of the bags and balance them in my arms as I wobble over to the table. I miss the starstruck. I know, Wyvern. It's okay. No big deal. Okay, so I'll catch you up on some. So you missed, like, Yosemite's memories where she's, like, trying to remember her past and remember Zion being a little different. I don't want to go into too many spoilers. It'll come back up later, but yeah. I mean, you didn't miss much. Like, you could always see the plot. It's okay. I figured you were busy, so I was like, yeah, they'll come around whenever, if ever. It's fine. Like, no big deal.
You're an angel.
Mm-hmm.
That's a first.
I'm actually the devil. We drop all the bags on the table and catch our breaths. Produce and snacks slide out and spread across it.
Phew! Oh, my eyes just about bulged out of my head when you faxed me your grocery list. You must be a hungry gal.
I'm fucking ravenous.
I'm bulking.
And by bulking, I mean running my ass off so Yellowstone's cooking doesn't lead to the growth of said ass. Seriously, she has so many dishes she wants to try out, and I can't keep up.
Well, whatever you're doing, I'm just glad it's making you happy.
Thank you, Jessie. She flops down in the chair Yosemite usually sits in and takes off her hat so she can fan herself with it. It is indeed very hot.
Wasn't aware I gave off the impression of someone who was happy.
Damn. I slump down in my chair and rest my chin on the table. Oh, my favorite position, yep.
Not on the outside. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I have reason to believe that on the inside, your heart is at least half full.
That's progress.
Quit with the poetry and spill the dirt you have on me.
Okay. No more dirt, please. My muscles tense up. She couldn't possibly know anything about the girls, could she? Jessie slips a stack of folded papers out of her breast pocket.
This right here.
Uh-oh. She slices it through the air.
It's a stack of complaints.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Campers couldn't take the heat, huh?
Sorry. Took an accidental stress nap while reading and just got up. Oh, well, I'm glad you got a nap in. Sucks that was a stress nap, but, like, I'm glad you got a good nap in, right? Oh my god, what? Dude, I was saying earlier, like, I also just fucking damn near slept until the start of stream. I got up like 30 minutes before stream was supposed to start, and I had a dream about doing that, where I was like, oh no, I'm gonna fucking sleep in, to the point where I'm gonna be damn near late for stream. Sure enough, it almost came true. I'm telling you. Because I remember I woke up like an hour before stream was supposed to start, and I was like, yeah, whatever, dream, sure. And then I went to read something, biggest mistake of my fucking life. I know that reading puts me to sleep. I don't know why I did that to myself. And so I read a little something, and I just passed right back out. And then I was like, oh no, oh god damn it, I made my dream come true. Where it's like me almost being late. Although then I had a really bad nightmare about like people hating me, so I don't know. I didn't fucking, this shit's stressful. I'm not doing well. Mentally slightly cooked. It's cool, it's whatever, back to the game. Okay.
These are all from the rangers who work the station across the clearing.
Huh, what a surprise.
Oh, aren't the hacks upset because they can't do their jobs right?
Yes, always. I put on my best baby voice, and honestly, I think it's hilarious, but Jessie must think otherwise because she just gives me a flat glare.
Let's read a couple, shall we?
Ugh.
What if we just didn't? Rolling my eyes, I rip open one of the bags of teriyaki jerky Jessie bought. Who would hate you? A lot of people. You do not realize. you do not see the things that I see because YouTube disables. Nah, I don't think it's hate. Just people are just, whatever. It's like, it's the fear of every content creator where it's like, bro, I'm gonna get canceled over like the dumbest fucking thing, or people will just hate me just for God forbid existing. Like, it's gonna happen eventually. It sucks, but it is what it is. Like, you get popular enough and then somebody's gonna fucking hate you for some reason, so. Like, somebody will find some reason. It is what it is, bro. So, being a smaller creator has its perks. So far, the hatred is very, very small and stuck to YouTube for now. Like, and again, it's not really hatred, it's just people being people. Rolling my, right, shit. She gives a distinguished cough as she unfolds the papers and begins reading.
Ranger Adams is highly competent at her job.
Thank you.
More than them, at least.
I answer with half-chewed jerky still in my mouth.
However, her confrontational demeanor and rigid personality often puts her at odds with the other Rangers.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Rigid? That's a new one.
Jessie scoffs as she moves on to the next file.
On various occasions, Ranger Adams has insisted that I am incapable of properly doing my job, and in one such instance, implied a threat of bodily harm against me by making a strangling motion when she believed my back to be turned.
Dude.
Okay, that skid mark is a trust fund baby. He's only here because his old man rubbed elbows with the last secretary up in Washington.
Jesus.
This one is my favorite.
She reads off the next one in her stack.
Despite only working Mondays through Fridays, Ranger Adams routinely comes into the station on weekends to file paperwork that is not her own and investigate office supplies to make sure they are, and I quote, up to regulation standard.
Very important.
They were printing out fire permits on yellow paper, Jessie. Yellow paper! I know things are always tight around here, but I couldn't just let them do that!
Not the yellow paper, Jessie! HR is quaking in their boots. Jessie, we need to cook. I'm just waiting for that. I'm sorry. Oh my god. I just imagine her being like, "Damn, bro, what are these groceries?" And it's like, "Jessie, we need to cook." Okay. Jessie takes off her hat and fans herself with it, strands of her hair blowing past her smug face. Instead of saying anything, she just smiles.
So what? You here to scold me then?
I mean, yeah.
At first. But you know those rate how we're doing sheets?
Yeah, the shit that nobody ever uses.
The ones that no one ever fills out?
Okay. Yeah, no, I was spot on.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Somebody cooked here? Yeah, it was Yellowstone. Oh my god. She just comes in, she's like, "What's this fucking smell?" "And why are you blue?" She just looks at Yosemite, it's like, "And why are you blue?" From her breast pocket, she takes out a stack of paper. This one is way thicker, though. Like a deck of cards, she slides it over to me.
Pissed off that many people, huh?
Yes.
Give yourself more credit. These are all compliments.
Oh, damn.
What? That can't be right.
Oh, both of us are shocked. We're like, oh, damn. She's teasing me. That has to be it. I spider crawl my fingers to the paper, but stop just shy of grabbing it to read. No one actually has the willpower to tolerate me finger wagging them for more than 5 minutes. Maybe here or there, but only on the rare occasion when they're actually interested, or if they're pretending to be polite. But I have to. It's my job to nag them into safety so that maybe they take care of themselves and the planet around them. Maybe.
Every single one of these praises you by either name or description. There's a few bits here and there about scaring small children, but generally speaking...
Bitch, me too. You know, I thought the fluffy ears would help. Maybe the fluffy tail might get kids to feel more comfortable, but nah, kids still are afraid of a big werewolf. Maybe it's the sharp teeth.
They love you.
Love that she clocked her own personality. We stand a self-aware queen. No, literally. Dude, yeah, when you're an asshole, you know you're an asshole. I'm not gonna lie. The self-awareness just comes with the bit. Trust me, it's a self-defense mechanism. Just scare people away so then they don't leave you. You leave them first. It's not healthy. Therapy. Lots and lots of therapy. Anyway, she clasps her hands together and rests her chin on the back of them. The look on her face isn't smug anymore. It's scarier. It's that genuine glint of warmth in her eyes. It's pride. It makes me uncomfortable, not because the crushing duty of obligation or anything. Nothing like that. Because if what's written on these sheets is real, then that would imply that the Eve who is here now is, well, different than the one who was exiled to this cabin.
What they love is a ranger in a big hat who can do the whole shtick and gimmick with them. I'm a walk-around character in a theme park.
I mean, yeah. Hello, kids. Yeah. I slide the papers back to her, but she pushes them right on back.
What you are is someone people can rely on and learn from. Encapsulating ideals doesn't make you a fraud, Eve. You don't pick fights for no reason. You're honest. That's something people respond to. And there's not a soul alive who doesn't have an opinion on honesty.
Yeah, for better or for worse.
That's why I love these. Even the complaints. They tell me that you're showing the rest of the world what I already know about you.
That's something I don't think I'm ready to believe.
I think you put too much stock in everyone.
And I don't think you put in enough. Try having faith in your fellow man for once.
She can generalize it as that, but I don't think it's my fellow man I'm not ready to have faith in. Looking down at the stack of papers like looking down at a Bible. Thick, daunting, and tells me more about myself than I would like to know.
I'll let you keep those.
Damn, thank you, Jessie. Jessie shoots me a smirk that turns into a grimace. Her hand springs for her back as she lets out a pained grunt. Me too, bitch. I wince as she tries to soothe the pain. She makes the discomfort vivid enough for me to feel through osmosis.
How's that back of yours doing?
Not great, clearly.
So, kind of you to ask.
All she can do is groan. Her entire upper body looks as stiff as a plank.
Let's get you over to the couch.
I move to get out of my chair, but she waves her hand at me to stay away.
Let it happen! Let it happen!
The whole dramatic command somehow makes its way through her teeth. I swear, sometimes she's just as stubborn as me. After a few more moments of gritting her teeth and willing her way through the worst of it, she collapses in the chair to catches her breath.
You're going to overwork your way back into the wheelchair, you know?
Jesus.
I see my doctor has gotten to you too, huh?
Doesn't take a PhD to give common sense. Seriously, just take this surgery, Jessie.
Damn.
And be out for a month? I don't think so. What would everyone do without me?
Probably function just
We'd
fine.
manage.
Yeah, it's like, they could handle a month.
What, the gift shop?
Okay, damn, she got them there. It doesn't even take a second for her to correct the record.
I'm sorry, that was really mean. I love you all. You all do such wonderful work.
Oh my god.
Look at you. You can't even claim a small victory without stressing out over it.
You can't even roast them for 2 seconds. She whines like a teenager.
I know. I blame all this paperwork. It's a lot of sitting down at desks, and my back just never took to it after the promotion.
Oof.
I'm filing more reports now than I ever did working patrol down in Santa Monica.
Christ. Now that I believe. This woman's existence, well, that I find a bit harder to take. After getting crippled into an early retirement, she trains her way out of borderline paralysis and then takes a job with the National Park Service. She's nuts. Certifiable, even.
Just try taking it a little easier. You're not getting any younger.
Girl, me too.
Hey! What's that supposed to mean? My 30s aren't sunsetting just yet.
Of course not. It's more like golden hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Her back must be feeling a hell of a lot better because now she's clasping her chest, wounded by the truth.
Oof. Even your platitudes are cutting.
I thought you liked my honesty.
Not when I'm on the other end of it.
Yeah, sounds about right. Jessie pouts to herself, then sighs. She whispers something I'm pretty sure she wants me to hear anyway.
Work in progress, Jessie. Work in progress.
Hello? She twirls her hat and slips it back on, then cautiously rises from her chair.
What? You're leaving already? You just got here.
Yep.
Just
Peace
because
out.
it's your day off doesn't mean it's mine. I can't stay here and chit-chat forever.
Stretching, she lifts her arms over her head and lets all the slip discs and nerves crack back into place. She gives me a chirpy little smile.
Unless you say please.
Ugh. Absolutely the fuck not. I slide out of my chair, walk over, grab her shoulders, and shove her towards the door.
Yeah. Please leave.
She chuckles as I escort her. Honestly, I'm sad to see her go so soon. Jessie might be the only person in this entire park that I haven't pushed away through the years, even as I'm physically pushing her away from me. She actually cares about me. God knows why.
Oh, before I forget, what's on your agenda today?
We stop at the door. A strong wind blows into the cabin. I look off into the distance, and instead of morning birds fluttering through a blue sky, I see a stroke of dark gray forming on the horizon.
Looks like it's fixing to rain, so I guess I'll go see if anyone needs help keeping the water out of their tents. Maybe drop by the station and make sure nothing is leaking.
The jesters over there probably would sooner let it flood than think to put a bucket underneath a leak.
Yeah, don't do that. They think I dropped by to chew you out? Take it easy on them for a few days, and if they ask, just say I made you cry.
There goes my agenda.
For Pete's sake, Eve! It's your day off. Get some hobbies.
I do have a hobby, and it's called chewing out the fucking park guests. I stand in stunned silence as she marches over to the truck.
I have hobbies.
Debatable. Jessie snorts. I have hobbies. She climbs into the cab and starts the ignition. Leaning out the door, she shouts over the engine.
Coffee doesn't count. Go read that book you ordered. Should be with the groceries.
Tell that to the coffee snobs.
Look.
When did I order a book? All I faxed her was my grocery list.
Ta-ta for now. I'll radio you later.
Who the okay. Jessie twinkles her fingers out the window and salutes me a goodbye. As I watch her drive out of the clearing, I just feel more confused. She said plenty of confusing things this morning, the biggest being that crap about me being someone people can rely on, but that still doesn't explain what book she was talking about. The truck coughs and wheezes down the clearing and onto the dirt road. It climbs over the bend in the horizon. When it's out of sight, I step back into the cabin. My gaze shifts over the table, and in my head, I sift through the groceries. It's vague, but I can make out the rectangular shape of a book pressing against one of the bags. Weird. Really weird. In what's been a rarity since the day I was first stationed here, the cabin is silent. Even if the girls are just in another room, it's the first time in a while. I don't have any curious or prying eyes on me. The whole space feels dead and empty. Maybe a while back I would have liked it, but now just feels unnerving. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie, my phone is covering these bottom letters. Like, the last line, if it's ever a 4-line thing, I have to move my phone out of the way for a sec, so bear with me on that. Okay. I go to the table and unpack an entire produce aisle from the bag, and sure enough, a paperback is waiting for me near the bottom. So new and unread, the cover still has a gleam to it. The Proust Effect, the senses as doorways to lost memories. I hope I said that right. I pick it up and flip it over. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. I pick it up and flip it over. It doesn't take more than reading the first sentence in the summary to know that this is a Yosemite purchase. Of course it is. Who else but her? All she reads is pseudoscience and history, then tries to mix the two until they form theory salad. Still, Yosemite isn't someone who wastes their time without a reason. There's always a logic to it, as warped as it might end up being, so it makes me wonder what kind of mind labyrinth is she exploring right now. And to put a finger point on it, to put a finer point on it, why didn't she mention it? What am I doing? Okay, the knob to the bathroom turns as the door squeaks. I drop the book so fast it may as well be my college philosophy class.
Rub-a-dub-dub! Thanks for the scrub.
Oh!
I only understood half of that, but you're welcome.
Oh, hell no. Gesundheit. Oh, thank you. Wait, you could hear that? Well, sheesh. I tried to move my mic out of the way so you guys wouldn't have to hear me sneeze, but okay.
Thank you very much, Yosemite. Sorry for getting messy.
But thank you for the, for the note, right. I don't have to...
You're very welcome, sweetie. Just be more careful next time.
What do their shirts say? I love Zion, I love Yellowstone. Okay. Alright. The 3 park girls prance out of the bathroom, not a single speck of mud to be found on Yellowstone or Zion. Instead of the outfits I've gotten used to seeing them wear, they're both wearing matching oversized t-shirts. An I Love Zion National Park shirt for Yellowstone and a I Love Yellowstone National Park shirt for Zion. It's so disgustingly adorable, my body has a physical reaction to it, like my heart is melting or something. I hate it, but I also kind of love it. Yosemite seems to be having a similar reaction, except her gushing is focused more or less on Zion, who she watches with this dopey smile until our eyes meet, and then she just frowns.
What's wrong with you? Just see a ghost?
Yeah. I'm still hovering over the table like a weirdo, with the book now laying lopsided on the table. Totally not suspicious, Eve. Your snooping is both subtle and inconspicuous. Clearing my throat, I slink away from the scene of my crime. Hopefully it doesn't look as suspicious as I feel.
Sure did. 4 of them, in fact. Every day.
I'm going to avoid this conversation, so just roll with this, okay? Yosemite eyes me, both of us taking mirrored steps to our new positions. Me to the couch, her to the table.
Oh. Who's the 4th?
Me, motherfuck. But why? What are you hiding, Ranger? I shoot her a pair of finger guns and click my tongue like a smooth criminal. I know I'm absolutely not.
The one I see in the mirror.
God. Is her name Annie? Is she okay? Doesn't matter. Just let this conversation die, you entitled shrub. Her brow furrows. She stares down at the table for a long time, squinting as she focuses in on something. It has to be the book. She's too savvy for her own good. She knows I saw it, and now I'm going to get a lecture for not minding my own business. Despite her not telling me, she was ordering it to begin with.
Your self-deprecation is boring. I'm starting to think it's the only gimmick you have.
How'd you know? It's cute that you think you can hide things from me. Be sure your sins will find you out, because if they don't, I will. Oh God, here it comes.
What are these?
She picks up the folded stack of visitors' surveys Jessie left here and waves them through the air. An audible groan slips out of me. Somehow, this is even worse than if she found out I saw the book.
Visitor surveys. Jessie thought they were important enough for me to see.
And I suppose you're ecstatic for the new fireplace kindling.
Not today. Everything in that stack involves yours truly.
What did you do this time?
Even she's like, bitch, what'd you do?
A good job, apparently.
I scoff while saying it because if I'm being honest, I still don't buy it. Maybe we just got a weird batch of visitors, or maybe those surveys are so layered with sarcasm it flew over Jessie's head. She's nice enough for that to happen. Whatever it is, it's not me. Yosemite scrambles to unfold the surveys. Her eyes scan across the paper, going from side to side as she reads from top to bottom. When she's done, her ears twitch and perk up.
Eve.
Yes?
This is positive. Glowing even.
That's not good.
I'll take your word for it.
Once I've had time to digest everything, I'll start going through all of them. But right now, the idea of reading them reminds me of hearing my voice come out of a phone or video. It forces a specific kind of objectivity I'm not ready for. I feel that in my soul. The worst part of editing videos is having to hear your own freaking voice for hours on end. but Yosemite's ready for it. She laps that stuff up, flipping from page to page, devouring each one faster than I'm convinced she can actually read. She stops on one, a warm smile untainted by her ego or usual sarcasm spreads across her face. A flushed red crosses her cheeks and her pebble-like freckles glitter beneath the red. It reminds me of a vivid sunset.
I'm keeping this one.
What the fuck? Okay.
Those are official files that are technically property of the federal government.
I know it's just tension, but they have very good chemistry. You sure this isn't a Yuri game? I'm telling you, no, but it's oh, sorry, I just hit my fucking mic. Okay, like I'm telling you, they said around here, like literally as the game was coming out, people were like, "Are you sure this isn't gonna be like a Yuri game?" Like, I don't know, it kind of seems kind of fucking gay, right? Like, seems like they you know, they hate each other, but they also fuck each other. Like, but they said like, "Nah, we've already done that. Like, we already made a Yuri game." Like, actually, as far as I know, Studio Lawns made more than just Highway Blossoms, but like, that was like the game before this, and they were like, well, we've already done it, we're not going to do it again. But I feel as though they slightly caved in episode 5. Slightly. Again, nothing's confirmed. Nothing is official. But...
And now this one is an official document for my records. Ha ha ha!
Girl, that is the lamest evil laugh I've ever heard. Yosemite's head bobs to her fake laugh. She rolls the one paper into a tube and slides it into her pocket. The rest she puts back down on the table. This entire time, Zion has been eyeing the groceries and pursing her lips as if she's been waiting for us to finish our conversation. I have a feeling I should... Hold on. There we go. Just for my own sake, I have a feeling I'm probably having to shout over the music. As much as I love the music, I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell until it's after the game, like how loud or quiet I am compared to this, and I just need help. Okay. Okay. I think I read that. Such a considerate little cherub.
Yellowstone, did you see? Miss Eve's mom brought groceries.
She ain't my mom. My what?
I sure did. It's a freight load of it, too. Now I can whip up all those vegetarian recipes you wanted me to try.
Neat.
Thanks, Mama Eve. Thanks, Eve's mom.
Thanks, Mommy.
Let me stop you there. Jessie is my boss, not my mom.
Mhm.
What kind of mental gymnastics did you do to get that idea?
A lot. The idea that she looks old enough to be my mom would cause what's left of Jessie's ego to crumble into dust if she heard this.
Oops, that's my bad.
Me too, bitch. One of the biggest rules in life you will learn: never tell a woman she looks old. Always lie to them. Tell them they look young as hell. If they are 50, tell them they look 30. Or younger. Oh my god. Zion gives an apologetic bow.
She's so kind and gentle with you. I just assumed.
Like a drunk kicking open the church's door mid-sermon, Yellowstone barges back into the conversation.
Yeah, plus you talk to her like a cranky teenager.
Okay, they got her there.
Thank you, Yellowstone.
And she's taller than ya.
Yo!
Thank you, Yellowstone.
So does height just magically equate to age? Goddamn, what are we, fucking children?
And you wear the same clothes.
Oh my god, girl, you can stop now.
'Cause it's our uniform. What planet do you live on?
Meanwhile, Yosemite is doing a terrible job of trying to hide her amusement, her puffed out cheeks the only thing keeping her cackling at bay.
Perhaps she's the better version of you after all.
You know what? You can stuff it. Well, if she's the better version of me, why don't you go fucking hang out with her, huh? I collapse on the couch, tossing my arm over my eyes as a makeshift sleep mask. Wake me when this tangent's over.
And the better version of you is the one on postcards. Now shove it.
Me too. For a brief, wondrous moment, all is quiet. Then I feel a weight pressed down on one of the couch cushions. I uncover my eyes and get a view of one of the lesser-known sights in this park, Yosemite's back. She sits on the edge of the couch, close enough for me to catch the smell of lemongrass and pine needles that always accompanies her, but far enough for me to not kick her off for invading my personal space. She can stay, for now.
So now that your little get-together with Jessie has been adjourned, how do you plan on wasting the rest of your day off?
It's only a waste if I spend it with you.
Damn.
Is that your answer, then?
Yep. I give the best shrug I can while lounging on a couch.
Boss lady told me not to piss off the bums at the station, so my plans for the day are dead. Might still go down to the camp and help people prep for the rain, though.
Very important. Maybe do some journaling inside Teddy, agonizing over whether or not I want to read those surveys after all. They aren't technically read until I read them.
Actually,
Oh, Jesus. Yellowstone pokes her head over the back of the couch, thrusting her volcano between me and Yosemite.
as much as I admire you not having any hobbies, because you're such a stickler for your work and all, I think there was something Zion wanted to bring up with you gals.
Okay. Why is everyone so stuck on this today? I have hobbies. Lots of them. You'd at least need an entire hand to list them all off. Yellowstone waves over Zion.
Don't be shy, cutie. They're gonna go gaga for the idea.
We're gonna go what now? Yosemite and I pass unsure glances at each other. Pretty sure the last time I went gaga over something was when I was an infant. Twiddling her thumbs and staring at her feet, Zion floats to the front of us, as if being forced to introduce herself to the rest of the class.
I didn't want to bring it up in case Miss Eve had any plans,
Okay,
but if it's okay, I'd like to make a suggestion.
go for it, kiddo.
Go ahead and say what you need to.
Yosemite's tone is light, airy, and oozing with adoration. She treats Zion with kid gloves, while the rest of us get the boxing gloves instead.
Well, you've been living with us for some time now, Miss Eve.
Okay.
And while it was an adjustment, it's also been very wonderful. Things are much more lively now.
While I appreciate the sentiment, I think, why does it feel like she's about to say, but it's not, but it's just not working out?
Unfortunately, it's not often that the four of us get to spend time together. What, with you and your work, Yosemite and her research?
Yeah.
Yellowstone spreading chill vibes.
Yes, and Yellowstone spreading her message of chill vibes.
Nice.
We all spend time together, but we don't spend time together. It can get rather lonesome.
Yeah.
Preach it, sister.
Dude, me and my roommates used to kind of have the same thing where it was like, yeah, we live together, we spend time together, but like, we don't spend actual time like just hanging out outside of living in the same housing. So, you know, like, it does get to a point, yeah. Yellowstone gives a sagely nod, but I'm not sure if I buy the illusion.
So if it's not an issue, perhaps we can all spend today, well, together.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta spend time with people sometimes. Like, spend time outside of just living in the same house, the same abode. It's like, you gotta do things with these people. Over the course of her pitch, Zion's face has been getting progressively pinker, the monumental task of addressing us all at once too much for her timid soul to bear. A stark contrast to the righteously furious angel that delivered a hellish tongue-lashing upon Yosemite not too long ago. But between all the stutters, gulps, and pauses, she still managed to spit the whole thing out. It's enough to make me at least humor the suggestion.
Did you have anything in mind?
Yes.
Actually, there was...
How about a picnic?
Girl. Yosemite cuts Zion off and does it with a smile on her face.
Ooh, I'm always down for a good old-fashioned picnic. We can have macaroni salad,
Nice.
P&P sandwiches.
What?
PB and P?
Peanut butter and pickles, you goofball.
Oh, hell the fuck. Oh, hell no. Oh, my God. Look, I've heard of, like, peanut butter burgers. I've heard that they're good. Who the fuck just makes peanut butter pickle sandwiches? Girl, there's gotta be something else here than just peanut butter and pickles in my fucking sandwich. I can't even have peanut butter, and I would think that this is disgusting.
Picnic is fine, but I veto whatever that is.
Delicious. Before Yellowstone can whine about it, Zion wiggles back into the discussion that she sparked.
Isn't it going to rain, though? I was thinking we could do something inside. Board games, charades. That might be nice.
What the fucking bot? There we go. Sorry. Man, we've had such a good run with no bots, and then this bitch shows up. We had a good run, boys. Okay, Zion trails off until her suggestions are quiet whispers. It must have been persuasive enough for Yellowstone, though, as she leaps to the rescue and lifts Zion back up.
You got a point. There was a storm brewing out there earlier. Let's just put that idea on ice for now and kick back here instead.
Nonsense. Zion loves picnics.
Girl, just because she loves them doesn't mean that she wants to do that right now. Like, she might want to do something else. As certain as she sounds for insisting on what someone else likes, the moment she says it, the look on her face is anything but. Her lips purse into a deep frown. She stares at Zion, and for all her pride and snobbery, Yosemite actually looks pathetic, like a scared child looking to an adult for comfort. That's probably because that's exactly what she is.
You do, don't you?
Girl, I mean, she wanted to do something, and you told her what she said, oh, hey, I have an idea, I want to do something, and you go, oh, let's have a picnic. Like, you talked over her, bitch. Just because she may like picnics doesn't mean she wants to do one right now. Okay. Zion stares up at her, and they lock eyes. Any hesitation she had about picnics or rain melts away into a bright grin.
You're right.
Oh.
I love them.
Oh, no. Using her wings to propel her forward, Zion flutters into Yosemite's arms, and the two of them tightly embrace. Yosemite closes her eyes and smiles, soaking in the moment of affection. Zion's eyes are wide and far away. She's not smiling. I don't know about this. There's something off about this dynamic, but I'm not sure I'm able to grasp what that is. I look to Yellowstone, hoping for some silent elaboration, but she just clicks her tongue and starts walking towards the kitchen. Maybe she's right about it just being an intense case of Mama Bear syndrome, but who am I to say how park girls interact?
So what about the weather, genius? Or are you just craving soggy sandwiches?
Oh, delicious, my favorite.
Linear thinking. You're so good at it.
What?
We aren't limited to just eating within this park.
Well, yeah.
There are other options.
Okay.
And I know just the place.
Jesus, dude. Zion looks up at her, most of her face buried in Yosemite's jacket.
You do?
Oh, yes. In fact, it's your favorite place.
Is it? Is it really? With a stretch and a yawn, I prop myself off the couch.
Guess that means it's time for another field trip.
With the frizz? No way! My thinking may be linear, but if those paintings on the walls have been anything to go by, it sounds like the four of us will be piling into Zion National Park. I can act like a grump all I want, but Zion National Park has been on my bucket list for a while. Maybe if I'm lucky, they'll take me to the Weeping Rock Trail. I really want to hike under the mountain's overhang, and the best part of hikes like that is when you get sprinkled by the waterfalls. It's so refreshing and you feel so rejuvenated after.
Excited?
Just a little. I freeze, only now realizing I'm grinning. It's a normal human reaction, but Yosemite has a way of making it feel like losing.
A little.
It's embarrassing, but there are some parts of me I just can't deny. Like how I had a banana phone until I left for college. I'm always going to be an earthy nature freak deep down.
I better get cooking then. It's still bright and early outside, but it's almost high noon in Utah. We don't want to end up sharing our picnic with the crickets.
Or just disappearing.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Yellowstone's in the middle of tying an apron around her. Jesus.
I'll fix the food this time.
Oh, hell no. Can you even cook? At first, Yellowstone beams, because if there's one thing she loves more than helping, it's being offered help. But as sudden as lightning flashes through the sky, that morphs into a grimace.
Golly, I sure do appreciate the offer, Yosemite, but it's all fine and dandy. I can whip all this up lickety-split.
It's just like, please, for the love of God, no. Yosemite releases Zion from her eternal hug and makes her way to the stove, snatching the apron right off Yellowstone's back.
It's not fine and it's not dandy.
Oh, no.
You wanted more help around here anyway, so here it is.
Oh.
Besides, I know Zion's favorite food.
Oh, do you? Just like that, Yosemite begins bringing groceries from the table to the counter. Yellowstone looks on in quiet horror, unable to stand up to the tyrant. Biting her thumb, she mumbles to herself.
Okie dokie, this is all fine. It's all gonna turn out swell. Just trust Yosemite.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. I lean in and whisper to Yellowstone. The two of us are quickly becoming the keepers of all secrets within this cabin.
Be straight with me. Should I be scared of Yosemite's cooking?
Very. Oh no.
Yes, you should be. We all should be.
As we resign ourselves to whatever fate Yosemite cooks up, Zion walks past us and stops at the paintings. She stares up at hers, focusing on it as if she were looking for something deep into the valley painted on the canvas. And for a long time, she stays like that. After what feels like an eternity of listening to genres of elevator music I didn't even know existed, the line finally starts to ring. First once, then twice. On the third ring, some lady on the other end answers. My foot aches from all the impatient tapping.
Yeah, I'd like to check my balance. Checkings.
Uh-oh. Girl, you've gone broke. There's a long pause. When she speaks, it's a bunch of nonsense words that I don't care about.
No, I don't want the app.
More words.
I don't want the credit card either. Just tell me if there's been any suspicious charges.
She sighs, I sigh. What a pain in the ass. I give her my account number. My eyes start to glaze over as I wait for her to bring up the info. Over by the counter, Yellowstone squirms and gasps as Yosemite crams what I think are sandwiches into the picnic basket. She forces the lid shut, a murky rainbow of fruits and veggies spilling over the top. Zion is laying on my bed, staring at the ceiling. Pup is there too, curled up and resting his snout on her. I didn't give either of them permission to be on there, but you know what? I'll let them have it just this once. Just 'cause I feel bad that Yosemite is going all dance recital mom on her. The lady on the phone speaks up and starts listing off all my recent transactions. Magazine subscriptions, Sierra Club, and ASPCA donations. Some bad graffiti artists' medical bills, the usual. Oh my god, yeah, the guy that she broke his jaw. But then, one unusual purchase. Nothing expensive, nothing grand, just an $8 charge to an online bookseller. I sneak another peek at Yosemite. She starts to hum to herself as she folds the picnic blanket into an uneven rectangle, smiling in such an uncharacteristic, joyful way that the skin on my back crawls. Okay, got it.
All right, that's all I need to know. Thanks.
Before I can end the call, she stops me. What is it now? She asks the question, and if I could, I'd reach through the phone and swat her over the head.
Yes, I know what a smartphone is.
I hang up and toss my BlackBerry on the... Oh my god, my mom used to have a BlackBerry, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, welcome to... like, I never got, like, a phone until I was older, but, like, dude, yeah. Yeah, remember BlackBerries? Can't a person check in with their credit union without any hassles?
God!
I think everything's now just become like an app, basically, where it's like, oh yeah, do your banking through an app, do everything through an app, like pay your bills, like, I don't know, it's like everything's just become apps. Oh my god. And it's not that much more convenient, to be honest. Like, yeah, you don't have to deal with another person on the end of the line, but it's like, more often than not, now you gotta look up what buttons to press to get through the app, to navigate through the app. And since you don't do it often, you have to look it up every single time. Maybe that's just me, because I am quite forgetful, but Jesus. Okay, at least I know one thing for certain now. Yosemite definitely used my card to buy that book, and she probably used my phone to do it.
If you're so dead set on living an archaic existence, you may as well resort to the barter system. Really stick it to 'em.
Jesus.
You try operating in modern society. I bet you go nuts after forgetting your 5th password.
I mean, not wrong. The fight drains from her eyes. She glances over at Zion, who's now sitting on the edge of the bed, waiting to go.
You're probably right.
She didn't even put up a fight with that one. And it's because of weird moments like that that I'm going to chew her out about that I'm not going to chew her out about it. Yet. There's something going on here. The unsure glances and sad smiles make it as obvious as a slap to the face. So I'm just going to observe for a bit and see how it plays out. Yellowstone told me she had wandered around 30 years before meeting up with the other two. These girls have decades of baggage. Just like the rest of us, really. Slap. All it takes is one single clap from Yosemite for both Yellowstone and Zion to rise in attention. Even Pup does it. They're better trained than most of my coworkers.
It took slightly longer than expected.
I sorta expected it.
She gives the evil eye to Yellowstone and shuts her up pretty quick.
But it looks like we're finally ready to go.
Hooray!
Zion is the only one to even try and match Yosemite's enthusiasm. Her heart doesn't seem in it, though. She taps the air with a light fist pump.
Yellowstone, can you make sure everything is accounted for?
Yellowstone tears herself away from cringing at the picnic basket, which is looking more and more like a waste silo as the food drips over the edges. She forces a smile, her greatest talent.
Aye, aye.
God,
Blanket and
man.
weights in case it gets windy.
She points to her back and shakes her backpack. I can hear the weights rattling around in it.
Check.
Okay.
Adorable Earth Angel who's gonna have a swell time.
Doubt rings in her voice. She throws Zion a thumbs up. Zion nods and gives a thumbs up back. Yellowstone doesn't look convinced, though.
Check. Evo.
I'm actually kind of excited.
I look down and try to hide the creepy-looking grin I know I get when I'm happy, but Yellowstone still notices anyway and smiles like she just saw something disgustingly precious. She giggles.
Check.
Just let me be a national park nerd in peace, please. I beg of you.
Yosemite and her, basket of grub.
Why are you so afraid of calling my cooking food?
Check.
That's because it's not. She doesn't just skate along to avoid the subject. She skates a full 180 degrees to avoid looking at Yosemite.
Is Puppers tagging along?
Pup, hearing his name in a mangled capacity, leaps off my bed and bounds over. He spins in circles, rubbing against my leg after every few spins, like his brain can't quite keep up with his body.
Nah, he's staying here. Just gonna keep him outside while we're gone.
Okay. Now, without her cuddle buddy, Zion floats off to the bed and lands near the rest of us.
I saw him by the campground earlier. Isn't that a little concerning? He's getting awfully used to people.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. Oh.
I know, right? Pretty boy thinks he's human. Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Girl, that's not a good thing. There's a long, uncomfortable silence where my baby talk seems to echo across the cabin. It's only broken up by Pup growling as he tries gnawing at my shoe. Jesus.
See, no hunting instincts at all. It's fine.
I don't think so, but okay. Zion sighs, then digs deep into her hair and snaps off a branch.
Stick?
Oh. Pup's head tilts to the side. Zion flies over to the door. Whirling the stick through the air like a magic wand, she opens the door and Pup scrambles over.
Want the stick, boy? Want the stick? Go get it!
Oh. With a pained grunt, she tosses it outside. It doesn't go very far, but it's enough for Pup to chase after it, and more importantly, for Zion to close the door before he can come back. He starts to scratch and whine at the door. It's hard to resist the temptation to go back and let him back in. Fortunately, Yosemite doesn't give me much time to dwell on my broken heart.
So now that the little fluff ball is out of the way, is everybody all set?
Looks like it, Chief.
Wonderful. Care to do the honors, Zion?
Of course! Where am I taking us to?
Come on. You know the place.
Does she?
Your favorite place?
It would be hard to have a picnic at Angel's Landing. It's quite chilly up there.
Yosemite frowns, then beckons her forward with a finger. She leans in and whispers something in Zion's ear. Her small nose wrinkles in confusion as Yosemite backs away.
Yes? I can take us there, if that's what you want.
Yosemite doesn't so much as sigh. She doesn't so much sigh as she does deflate. Not the answer she wanted, I'm guessing.
Okay, everyone. Please hold hands. Miss Eve, I know this is your first time doing it with a group, but don't worry. It's simple.
Sure is. All you gotta do is touch the old bread makers here with the buddies.
Before I can jerk it away, she grabs my wrist. With her kung fu grip, she forces my hand to Yosemite's. When Yosemite resists, Yellowstone just does the same thing to her.
There.
Golly, you two don't have nothing but salt and pepper in ya, huh?
Our fingers interlock. For a moment, our palms touch, the skin pressing together. We both loosen our grip immediately and look away from each other. Far, far, far away. Where neither of us have to see the other's stupid faces. Hers definitely being the stupidest. Stupid braggart idiot. Oh my god. Oopsie my daisies, I think I done fluffed up. Okay, here we go.
What on earth did you do to make your hands so callous?
Dang.
You could light a match on it.
Oh my god. I wish I could throw it right back at her, but her hand is so smooth I could hardly even feel the lines on her palm.
Yours feels like peeled tree bark.
Is that your only insult?
Girl, I'm trying.
It is, and I hope you get termites.
Oh my god. Yellowstone grabs my free hand and squeezes it. Her fingers feel like twigs bending and cracking. Yeah, bending and cracking in the grasp of Yellowstone's strength. My body flexes as I deal with the crushing pain. In my resistance, I squeeze Yosemite's hand. There's a single snap. She lets out a yelp. She lets out a yelp that sounds just like Pup.
Girls?
Jesus! Puffs a black smoke whistle off the top of her volcano like a steam engine.
Unless the both of ya are cruising for a bruisin', let's not turn this into a slobber knocker.
Into a what? She says it all through gritted teeth. A dark smile forces itself across her lips and digs into her cheeks, corrupting her usual jolly dimples. A red glow pulses from her volcano, and I decide then and there that's probably for the best to try and avoid any future eruptions.
Capiche?
Yeah. Yosemite hurriedly nods, and I follow suit.
Yay! Take us away, cutie!
Jesus Christ. Zion nods, then extends her hand to Yosemite. She accepts it and tenderly strokes it with her thumb.
Don't let go, Miss Eve. That would be very bad.
Okay. Why are you saying like that?
Why am I only being told this now?
Wind rushes up from beneath me, lifting me up into nowhere. All that surrounds me is electricity, like I'm a grain of static in every television sign-off screen to ever flicker on a screen, and that I've been living this way forever. I'm not breathing, I'm not existing, I'm only moving, and I move into darkness. When I stare too long, vague shapes of constellations and heavenly bodies show themselves. I feel my hands begin to slip out of Yellowstone's and Yosemite's. Before I can let go, my knees hit the dirt.
Ugh.
Able to breathe again, I begin shoveling in as much air as I possibly can into my lungs. This wasn't nearly as intense as the other times.
Thank you for
Oh,
flying
this
Air
wasn't-
Zion. I apologize for the turbulence.
This wasn't nearly as bad as the other times, my bad. It wasn't nearly as bad the other times. That's what she said, not, oh my god. Okay, wait.
Is this?
Looks good. I rub my hands across the ground. Moist soil and dirt cool my skin. Grabbing a clump of thin wild grass, I let it slide through my fingers. It's yellowish green and thin as wheat.
Zion National Park?
Yep. I jump to my feet, trip, then jump back up again. Splatterings of tall trees extend into the distance in all directions. In the clearing where we're at, the land is near bare of them. But the further you go, the closer they get to each other, and the more of them there are. Until these sparse, almost naked trees combine their presence and merge into a forest. There's an elegance to them, the restrained spacing of their pine needles allowing them to show off more of their toned and sleek wood. If their mighty redwood cousins back in Yosemite are knights, then these are fencers. They all accumulate at the base of a mountain, as if it were a place of gathering and worship. The mountain looks alien compared to the natural green of the trees. Its face is a gray mass, but jagged stripes of pink and gray minerals outline it. The unmistakable trademark of Navajo sandstone. Patternless nooks and overhangs look like they've been carved into the mountain's side by an artist with no vision. Something so chaotic and random it could only ever exist in nature, yet it anchors this entire forest, presiding over it like a custodian.
Feast your eyes, Ranger. You're looking at the North Guardian Angel.
There's more popular places in the Co-op Terrace.
Nice. Zion must feel Yosemite's eyes watching her because she immediately course corrects.
But the Northgate peaks are always so beautiful. Something as simple as sitting between a mountain can really humble you.
Dude, this is just sad.
You're telling me! Just looking at it makes me feel like a teeny tiny ant floating through oblivion.
Huh. You get that too?
Like clockwork. I just try to push the bad thoughts away.
Me too.
You know, the universe is going to collapse on itself one day.
Bro, why would you do this to her?
La 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 la! Not thinking!
Yellowstone plugs her ears and stomps her feet to drown me out. Yosemite has wandered off, inspecting the ground for a flat spot clear of any rocks.
Eve, stop inducing an existential crisis in Yellowstone. Yellowstone, could you help me with setting up the food, please?
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Yellowstone prances over to Yosemite, humming a little tune to herself. For someone who was brushing against a nervous breakdown, she sure did recover easily.
But you gotta let me choose the picnic spot. Not just any old ground will do. It's an art.
And I assume you're the artisan?
Yes.
Yes, indeedy.
No.
And you can just call me DiCaprio.
She proudly crosses her arms, basking in her status as a skilled homemaker. Meanwhile, Yosemite is basking in the stupidity of what Yellowstone just said.
Do you mean Da Vinci?
Yeah. The two of them go off arguing the dichotomy of Leonardo's as they search for the perfect place to picnic. While they're busy doing that, now would be the perfect time to really take in the sights. I take out the camera I stashed away in my flannel pocket. It's a digital one I bought almost 10 years ago, and I still barely know how it works. But once I get it turned on and triple checked it's not set to record, I start snapping away. I'm telling you, I don't know how to work any cameras other than my phone. Also, those puppies are way too expensive. Like, a good quality camera is just way too expensive for me. It's like $800, if not into the thousands. So, unless it's your job, good luck. It's not every day I get to visit Utah. In fact, the only time I've ever visited has been when I drove through it, when going to Georgia for my federal training in Glencoe. But I've always loved just how red all the mountains are. Not so much here, but you wouldn't have to go very far to find the entire mountain ranges that glow as if the entire sunset was being projected upon them. There's no other state that looks quite like it. The people are nice too. I zoom in up close on one of the more interesting spots on the North Guardian Angel, an overhang on the far left. It's curved in such a way that the shadow cast under it makes it look like the entrance to a shallow cave. The wall of the mountain fades into a dull pink at the end of it. Okay, here we go.
Are you actually happy to be here, Miss Eve?
I like using my camcorder that I won at a raffle for pics. No, literally, I mean, like, you don't need, like, an expensive camera. It's just that if you are going to be, if you're really into photography, then yeah, unfortunately, you gotta, like, get a better quality camera, and then they're super fucking expensive, and it's like, damn, bro, I wish that this shit could just be, like, good quality for cheap. The grass rustles. I look away from the camera. Zion creeps to my side, twiddling her thumbs and keeping her eyes locked to the ground, as if the simple task of talking to me was a potential risk.
Surprised I'm capable of feeling joy?
Yeah. Panic sets in as she scrambles to clarify.
Oh no! Not at all!
Hesitance sets in as she realizes she can't.
Well, not entirely.
As polite as ever, I see, even when the truth is inconvenient.
Don't need to sugarcoat it, kid. I know what I am.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, can't really deny it. Whatever she's thinking, I've been called it. Cynical, stick in the mud, hard ass, or as Yellowstone might put it.
Sure. A grump.
Zion jolts up so far that she floats back to the ground, swinging her head back and forth.
That's a fib. Never ever have I thought you were grumpy, Miss Eve. Just sad.
Oh shit. Gravity must have gotten a little heavier because my arms fall limp at my side along with the camera. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I felt that hit personally, where it's like, damn, somebody just seeing through the grumpy exterior and seeing that you're actually just really a very mentally fucked and sad person, where it's like, you know, just more like it's a defense mechanism to be like, oh yeah, I'm such a grouch, and then it's like, no, you're really just lonely or sad or something like that, you know? I mean, just, God, dude, when somebody can see through you, that shit's the scariest and saddest thing you'll ever experience, because it's just such a hit, and you can't deny it. But in a way, there's like something nice about it, where it's like, yeah, it's scary, but in a way it feels good to have somebody actually see, you know, what's going on and not just assume you're a jackass by nature. Zion is such an anomaly, even when compared to volcano heads and waterfall hair. She's intuitive in ways most adults are too self-absorbed to be, and she does it with the gentle honesty of a child. As far as I know, she could be both, or either. Who knows how years and age even work for these girls. Despite that, it's hard to feel like she's effectively anything other than a kid.
How can I be sad when you're so pretty? This park has sights I couldn't dream of seeing in NorCal.
It's not something I'm particularly good at doing consciously, but I try to give her a smile, using my mom as a base of reference, someone who managed to ascend to sainthood despite raising 5 rowdy kids, or because of it. That's why it's important to keep loved ones who love you close, whether family or friends. Yeah. It's hard, but yeah. Zion can't hide her blush, as pink as the gradient on the mountain, her usual uncertain courtesy is briefly taken over by a huffy pout.
You really mustn't say things like that, Miss Eve. It's embarrassing for all parties.
I've never really thought about it much before, but she really does sound like a mini Yosemite sometimes. Except Zion's big words have the benefit of not being spoken by a big mouth. Let's hope old Leafy Ear's personality doesn't wear off on her. It's on her too.
But just so you know...
She lowers her voice to a grave whisper, cupping one side of her mouth to tell me a secret. She waits for me to crouch down. I don't.
It's very possible for someone to feel sad, but to try and hide it by pretending to feel another way.
Uh-huh. And do you think that's what I'm doing?
Very much so, yes. She shakes her head again, twice as hard and with twice as many shakes.
Not anymore. Not at all. You seem to smile so much more these days. And you don't sigh as much before going to work now. That one is the most notable. Sighing is the biggest sign of sadness there is. You're still scary, but you've absolutely changed. Now you're nice scary.
Pressing her hands together, she gives a smile, but the way she closes her eyes while doing it makes me think she's just scared to see my reaction. As she should be, because that's hogwash. What's with these campers? What's with Zion? Or Jessie for that matter? What am I doing now that's any different than before? There's no change in just doing your job. Or the stupidest, simplest thing like smiling. That's called being a normal-ass human, and last I checked, it didn't apply to something as drastic as going soft, or letting go of the things that made you hard to begin with.
Trust me, kid, I'm just as scary today as I was yesterday. No one stops being miserable overnight.
Not overnight, but it's gradual.
Throw me a bad day and see how nice I am then.
Well, I suppose that's true. But you've been with us for more than a single day, or night for that matter. Change is as gradual as the passing of dusk to dawn, after all.
That it is.
You still notice the crack of dawn, though. Can't say it looks much brighter than the witching hour right now.
Zion contemplates this, rubbing her chin like a junior detective.
In that case, you're probably still sleeping. Some people sleep in for an awfully long time.
Alright, she glances over at Yosemite. Her and Yellowstone are arguing over whether Splinter was one of the Renaissance greats or not. I don't know how it got to this point, but I don't know how my life got here either. Fuck it. Master Splinter. Not the
Zion.
fucking Leonardo's.
Are you feeling sad and pretending?
Yep. More often than not, the people with the best advice are the people that are basically telling you what they need to hear. I'm just telling you, it's not always, don't take it as always, but there are many times when somebody will give the advice they really need to hear or really needed to hear. And so, just keep a closer eye on them. If there's something going on between her and Zion, whatever wordless little struggle it may be, I'm bound to get sucked into it at some point. This is what happens when an entire social ecosystem is crammed into a cabin. Zion's shoulders tense up, then slump down. It's hard to read her expression based off her profile, but when she turns to face me, her tiny hands are clumped up into fists and certainty steals her gaze.
We do what we can for as long as we can, Miss Eve.
Yep. Sad truth in that. There's a sharp whistle from behind us. We look back, and both of back of Yellowstone's pinkies are in the corner of her mouth. Talk about skill. On the other end of the spectrum, Yosemite also has both pinkies in her mouth and is still blowing all the air stored up into her lungs into them. Yeah, I can't do that either. I'm not gonna lie. Or like the middle finger and thumb whistle. Can't do that. I can only whistle just using my mouth, and that's it. I can't do any of like the finger whistles. When she notices us watching, she pretends she was coughing into her hand. On the ground beside them, an entire picnic spread has been set up.
Stew's down, you two. Come and get it.
Yellowstone scrunches her nose.
Say, Yosemite? Don't you mean soup's up?
Come and get it.
Okay. With a small sigh, Zion leaves me behind and starts to walk over to the others. At this distance, I wonder why she doesn't just use her wings.
However long we can take it.
Dude, this poor child.
Coming, Yosemite!
She's full of so much fucking sadness. Yosemite greets Zion with a smile and a small hug, having been separated by the long, untraversable distance of 100 feet. Then she looks over to me and her eyes go flat like a dead fish. She points at the invisible watch on her wrist. Amazing. Even in moments of obvious internal crisis, she still manages to be insufferable. We lock eyes. I put on a smirk as smarmy as the ones she usually wears, then make my way over, real slow-like.
Gotta say, girls, this place is gorgeous. Maybe even prettier than the park we came from.
I don't mean it, of course. Not with all... I'm sorry. My great-grandpa used to say you can learn to whistle by putting a cracker in your mouth? Well, like, whistle how? Like, just whistle, like do, like, the finger whistles? Like, or, like, whistle just regular? Which, like, mind you, I'm not gonna lie. like, teaching somebody how to whistle just, like, the regular way, just, like, pursing your lips is so fucking hard, because it's like, dude, like, you can't really explain to people how to, like, move their tongue and stuff like that to make the whistle, so it's one of those things you kind of just gotta learn on your own. I could do, like, the owl, like, sound whistle. I could do that hand whistle. I just can't do, like, fingers in the mouth. It just makes it too, I don't know, I just can't do it. I've tried learning from different fucking people, and it just never works. Yeah. I don't mean it, of course. Not with all the memories I have there. But if it'll get under the skin of Yosemite, the prude, then I'll temporarily diss Yosemite the park.
It's cute how you believe your pettiness will fuel my ire, when all it does is serve to further your own rot. Perish, gremlin.
Don't use those $20 words of yours to be a Grinch, Yosemite. Dollface was just smelling the roses.
They smell fucking amazing. Anyway. Regular whistle, I think. He's been long gone, so I have no clue how that even works. Huh. Interesting. You know what? Maybe later I don't think I have a cracker around me right now. I think I ate all my crackers. Damn it. I actually did used to, like, a week ago, I had a stack of crackers in front of me. So, like, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so hungry. I've not eaten all day, and it's okay. I really wish I had that stack of crackers. Because normally I have, like, at least a snack around here, but I don't. Oh well. Yellowstone, I'm just saying in case you hear anything, I'm so sorry. That's my stomach. Yellowstone, unaware of the psychological warfare occurring in front of her, sticks up for me. This is it. I win. Yosemite can't fight back against such oblivious kindness. Yes, you can.
And they smell great.
Damn. I let the sentence slide out in a whisper, so backhanded I can almost see it slap Yosemite's face. She clicks her tongue and waves me off. For once, a total victory. Finally. Yellowstone might not notice it, but Zion sure does. Throughout all this, her eyes have been swooping back and forth between me and Yosemite. She uses the lull in conversation to shift gears.
This spread looks like something out of a picture book. Did you set it up, Yellowstone?
Probably.
Bet your tush I did. It was just about the only thing Yosemite would let me do.
Oh dear God. Aesthetically, the picnic spread really is perfect. Yellowstone's knack for detail shines with every paper plate and dish arranged around the picnic basket as if it were a coffee table centerpiece. On all four corners, smooth stones weigh down the blanket to keep it from crinkling up. All that's missing is a potato salad and fireworks. Even the spot she picked feels like... Is that leaf in the glass or on the picnic blanket? It's in the glass. Brother, get your fucking leaf out of my glass! It's not even a tea leaf. Okay. Even the spot she picked feels like it was expertly chosen to create the most all-American picnic experience possible. Right underneath an elder tree with drooping branches and leaves for shade. I know which spot I'm taking.
Hey.
The shade.
Hey, Zion. How does the food look? I made all of it.
Oh, dear
Even
God.
the globe mallow gruel that you like.
Oh,
Doesn't it make you salivate? Doesn't it bring back memories?
sounds fucking disgusting. Yeah, memories of puking on the blacktop as a kid. In all fairness, it could end up being good, but things aren't looking too hot right now. Well, warm them up then. Some of these dishes. I'm such a fucking idiot. Okay. Oh my God, I don't know. Okay, some of these dishes look recognizable, but they're all the wrong color. That grits oatmeal porridge thing she made, yeah, that's orange. It shouldn't be orange. A fruit salad with pine needles as bedding. That's my only guess for the plate next to it. Were these even the fruit Jessie brought over with at the groceries? Was any of this? She did the weird disappearing thing while making the food. Did she just go out and pick whatever she could find? Zion observes the assumedly edible substances in front of her and nods.
This looks like you tried really hard, Yosemite. Good job.
Oh, yeah. Ouch, it must be fire season because Yosemite just got burned. but it doesn't seem to bother her. In fact, she's smiling, like her macaroni portrait just got hung on the fridge. Good job, Yosemite. It's not Da Vinci or DiCaprio, but you get 2 gold stars. She's either deranged or resilient.
I'm glad. I was thinking of you the entire time.
She's deranged.
Come on, let me fix you a plate.
Oh, hell no. Yosemite sits down on the blanket and starts to pile a little bit of everything onto a flimsy paper plate.
I'll do yours next, Yellowstone.
Oh, please save me.
Eve, you can do it yourself.
Yeah, thank God. Whatever, I don't want her poisoning me anyway. Plopping down on the blanket, I slump against the tree. Call me overly cautious, but I don't want to... I'm gonna observe the reactions to this food before I even consider putting it in my body. Yosemite sets down Zion's plate in front of her. It's a mountain of food, almost as big as the actual mountain behind us. All mished and mashed together, it's taken on the color and texture of grounded rainbow trout. Oh, a bastardization of the food pyramid if I've ever seen one.
This is a lot.
Yeah, like she's a kid. She doesn't need that much food.
Of course it is. I know you say you're a picky eater, but the Zion I know would be happy with whatever she got. She would be grateful for simply having food.
Dear God. I hate that kind of parent. The unhappy cherub gives a defiant groan and picks at Food Mountain with her finger. It jiggles. Oh!
Don't give me that.
It's not supposed
I
to jiggle.
expect you to finish everything on that plate. You don't expect me to let you starve now, do you?
I mean, before I'm even done leaning over, Yellowstone is waiting for me to whisper in her ear.
Is starving to death even an option for you 3?
We get cravings, but it ain't like we'll croak from hunger. Before these 2, I could go weeks without eating.
Jesus. That's what I thought. What kind of fairy tale creature keels over from something as mundane as a lack of food? Yosemite has always been stuck on hyperbole, but now she's just playing house.
You're right, Yosemite.
Oh dear God. Gripping her fork, Zion plunges into the gelatinous mass. Oh God. I have to swallow back the vomit a little when she slips into her mouth. You know, I think I lost my appetite.
Yum. It's so... crunchy.
God, food's not supposed to be described like that. If it's jiggly, how is it crunchy? It cracks like thin bones between her teeth. Oh, what are there, sticks in here?
Those would be the pine needles. They're quite nutritious.
Hell the fuck no. She bobs her head up and down, squirreling away the food in her cheek. Ah.
Really hits the spot.
Girl, spit that shit out.
Does that mean you like it?
No! Zion swallows. The gulp sounds like an anvil settling in her stomach. Then somehow, through all the different shades of discomfort flickering through her eyes, she smiles. Not just a smirk either, a bright, sunny beam.
I love it. Almost as much as I love you, Yosemite.
Dear God. Somebody save this poor girl.
Where art thou?
Me and Yellowstone can only sigh as the performance before us amps up the theatrics. Yosemite buys into it, though. Hell, she might even purchase the playbill during intermission. She swoons over Zion, like her mere presence is enough to make her melt into a soup of unicorns and hearts.
Such a sweetheart.
There's a crack in her voice and the facade. Her breath shakes. She smacks her chapped lips as they quiver.
I'm so lucky to have you.
We do what we can for as long as we can. Zion's words seem more relevant than ever as she places a comforting hand on Yosemite's thigh.
No, I'm so lucky to have you. I'm sorry for being so difficult.
Girl! I'm not sure how much good it did, but Yosemite gets halfway to a smile.
You have nothing to apologize for, little one.
Yeah, 'cause you're not the one in the wrong. She boops Zion on the nose. Her eyes go wide like a flashlight was just shined in her face.
If this doesn't work, I'll be the one that needs to apologize to you.
You need to.
Speaking of apologies.
Give one right now. Yosemite picks up another plate and starts loading it with... I'm so sorry. Okay. You know, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. My bad. Give me a sec. There we go. Okay. Yosemite picks up another plate and starts loading it with more food. Her bangs dangle over her eyes and hide most of it, but a slight blush streaks across her face as she's forced to admit that even she isn't without her faults.
Sorry for taking so long, Yellowstone. You must be getting antsy.
Yeah, to run away from this fucking picnic.
Oh, no, really, it's no biggie. You don't gotta. Okay, you're already doing it. That's fine. This is fine. Everything is fine.
Just fucking make her into that dog. This is fine. Dread colors Yellowstone from the top of her volcano down to the tip of her chin. A fresh wobbling plate of slop is tossed in front of her. Oh! With nothing more than a passing glance, Yosemite vaguely acknowledges me.
I meant what I said. Starve.
You're doing me a mercy.
She sticks her nose in the air and returns to attending to Zion. Ever the optimist, Yellowstone scoops up a chunk of the Yosemite surprise and gulps. She's trembling.
Rub-a-dub-dub. At least it ain't mud.
Girl, the bar's in hell. High praise. A gust of wind blows past us as she stares down the fork. Somewhere in the world, a tumbleweed drifts across the desert. Yellowstone is quick to the draw though, and bites down before it can get her first. I don't doubt that it would have. Chew, swallow, gag. The fork falls onto the blanket. Oh no! Yellowstone limply sits on her knees, staring into a safe place far from here. Oh my god! In her eyes are the reflections of every disaster and atrocity to ever scar the earth. The Black Death, Hindenburg, JFK, and Dallas. I see it all.
That bad?
Oh my god!
About what I figured.
Oh my god. She doesn't look at me.
So, what's the problem?
Dunno. I guess some things just really take the Simon out of your Garfunkel, you know?
The distance between me and her may as well be from the sun to the moon. I do what I can and give her one solid pat on the shoulder. Do kids nowadays even know Simon and Garfunkel? I don't think so. This is just another thing where it's like, do kids even remember CDs or like cassettes or things like that? Or like VHSs? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, because I know that record players became popular, like, I don't know, a couple years ago. So, like, at least there's that. But it's like, all these old comics and stuff, like Popeye and stuff, and, like, fucking Simon and Garfunkel, and, like, just all these old things. I'm like, dude, like, Wimpy and stuff. Oh my god. I don't think that people know this shit anymore. I'm not gonna lie. You gave Yosemite the benefit of the doubt, kid. There's nothing else you could have done.
Well, let's just stuff that trauma away for another day.
Me! Wow, that really is how she copes.
For now, it's time to hatch Plan Y.
Plan
What?
Why? What happened to the other 24 plans?
They don't exist. The Y stands for Yellowstone.
I thought she was about to say they all went to hell in a handbasket. Oh, hold on. Oh gosh darn. Okay. She takes a quick glance at Yosemite, who is currently wiping crumbs off of Zion's face. With the coast clear, she does a small fist pump and starts digging around in her volcano. I feel nothing as I watch her arm go elbow deep inside her own head. Only emptiness gnaws at the pit of my chest as her tongue wiggles out of the corner of her mouth as if she's struggling to find gum in her purse.
Aha! Bingo!
Like a magician whipping a rabbit out of their hat, she lifts up 2 Ziploc baggies with sandwiches inside them. Depends on the parents, I think. I grew up on my parents' nostalgic media, so I have more in common with people 10 to 20 years older than me, than most people my age. True that, yeah. I had a similar experience. Alright, those emotions I wasn't feeling earlier. I'm feeling all of them now. Viscerally. She doesn't expect me to eat that, right?
Not to be a stick in the mud, but I kinda saw this coming. So I did a little prep work in advance. Hope you like tuna salad.
I mean, yeah, as long as it's cold. Oh god, she actually does. She tosses me one of the baggies. The heat. Ew! Oh my god, I don't like tuna melt. It's just something about warm canned tuna, brother. Ugh. Yeah. The heat melts to my skin as soon as I catch it. I play hot potato with it, passing it between my hands until it's cool enough to actually handle. Why do these girls keep throwing more bizarre concepts at me to accept? This time, literally. Wait, is it always warm inside Yellowstone's head? I thought her volcano only acted up when she got angry, but the bag feels like it was nuked in the microwave. I look up from the baggie and at her, trying to get a good read on her mood, but she just stares at me. But she's just staring at me expectantly, waiting for me to shove this head sandwich down my gullet. Oh, dude. It's also the added cheese on a tuna melt. Normally, it's like, oh god. Okay. I've spent enough time with Yellowstone to know that she bottles things up, though, to the point where she explodes when letting out her feelings. Maybe this Yosemite and Zion business just has her irritated. When it comes to all three of them, I'm always doing guesswork.
You're gonna be so jazzed about this sandwich, EVO. I spread lots of brown butter on it.
The fuck?
Are you trying to clog my arteries before I'm 30?
Wait, she's in her 20s? Bro! I thought she was in her 30s! That's so rude of me. I'm so sorry.
There's always Yosemite scrub.
I need to stop guessing people's ages. Okay, she says it with a grin on her face, but she may as well be telling me that death is the only viable option. She heard that. Yosemite sneaks a peek at us after hearing Yellowstone's comment, but turns her nose up as soon as I notice. Looks like someone's salty about the fact that the people witnessing her holding a small child emotionally hostage don't want to eat her trash.
Well, bottoms up, I guess.
Yeah. I open the bag and take out the sandwich. Melted cheese and tuna ooze over the crust. Ugh. The bread is flaky and firm and it all looks delicious, and I hate myself for eating like this every day, but I'm hooked at this point. Chemically addicted. Look, I like a good tuna sandwich. I just like it cold without the cheese. You add cheese to it, you're the fucking I'm kidding. You can eat it however you want. I love a good grilled cheese. I love a good tuna sandwich. Keep those motherfuckers separate and keep them 2 different temperatures. If it's not a California roll, fish and dairy should not coexist. Yeah. What in a California roll? Wait a minute. Oh, cream cheese. Oh, dude, I love like the salmon rolls with like the cream cheese and cucumbers. So good. Not gonna lie, I also thought she was in her 30s. See, I'm not crazy. I mean, slightly, obviously, but like, otherwise I wouldn't be a fucking VTuber talking to myself. I promise the chat's real. I'm kidding. Oh my god. Nah, at least, okay, it would be worse if I was talking to myself and I wasn't live with actual viewers, like, chatting with me. Then I'd actually be like, I promise the viewers are real. They exist. Even, like, oh my god. They're not just in my head. Oh, okay. As they drag me away. When I bite into it, the juices from the tuna flow into my mouth. For a brief moment, I decide life is worth living.
What the hell? It's evenly cooked, too. You're just toying with my taste buds now.
Ah, that's a side effect of the old noggin. To be honest, I wanted it to be fluffy and light. The ultimate picnic food.
Damn. She can cook with her head? Like, I love how she has enough control over it to cook it properly. That's crazy. She slides in closer to me, her downcast gaze fading into a knowing smile as she signals her victory.
But as long as you dig it, I guess I can let it slide.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that she was going to, like, cook it at home and then just, like, pack it in her head for later. But, like, no, she cooked it in her head. Thank you, Yellowstone National Park, bringing a whole new meaning to the term brain food.
Is there anything else that head of yours can do?
I knew that door had a lock on it, and everyone thought I was losing my mind. That's me always. Just, I knew that door had a lock on it. Y'all just thought I was losing my mind. Like, y'all told me I was crazy.
Oh yeah, a whole bunch of neato stuff. It's even a handy dandy.
Brother, at this point, I'm just gonna make a fucking picture of me just pointing at that red, like, the red dot line, like the guy with all the red lines connected on the map. That's just me. She grabs the plate of Yosemite Delight in front of her and tosses it in her head. Yes, including the paper plate.
Insult me.
Oh god. Burn it!
You have split ends.
How is that bad enough to get her to explode? Lava surges from her head. The sound of an explosion drops like a bomb. The heat warms my face as if it were mere inches away from a blazing fire. Yosemite and Zion turn their heads, the harsh orange light coloring their faces. When the lava geyser plummets back into her head, they go back to what they were doing, unfazed.
Garbage disposal!
What the fuck?
Horrifying.
Yeah.
And oh so convenient!
Well, she's got me there. Yellowstone pulls open the bag, but only takes the sandwich halfway out, instead using the bag as a crumb catcher like a burrito. After taking a few bites out of it, a simple smile spreads across her face. Her posture relaxes and she melts further into the blanket. I guess decent food can change anyone's mood. For the better, even someone as cheery as Yellowstone. Oh, I don't want Otto. She still glances over at Yosemite and Zion from time to time, observing the suffocating maternity of it all. But even that's a little more subdued now. Yosemite rests her chin on her clasped hands, watching Zion poke and choke down her food. The kid has gotten so used to it by now, she almost makes it look natural. And for a while, we all just sit there and munch away at our food. A soft breeze whispers through the valley, rattling the leaves above me. I look up and stare at the clouds through the dancing branches and watch them drift away into the sky's faded blue forever. With a deep breath, I draw in as much of the fresh air as I can and let it fill my lungs. It feels like a cleanse. Then I close my eyes and just soak it in. Hey Teddy, it's me again, your favorite prisoner. Right now I'm in Zion National Park, courtesy of the obvious. Yosemite and Yellowstone are here too. I wish I could write good things about the food, but unfortunately Yosemite decided she's due for a crisis and made it all herself, instead of letting Yellowstone do it. I haven't tried it, but apparently it turned out as well as you would expect. There's something going on between Yosemite and Zion right now. Don't know what, but it's starting to feel like a bomb is about to go off. These girls sure are too human for their own good. And it's got me wondering, when was the last time I've done something like this? Just sat underneath a tree and enjoyed the moment. Or enjoyed anything for that matter. Actually enjoyed it. Not the relief of a good cup, but experiencing something in a way that penetrates through the fog. That makes me feel like I'm living and not just shuffling through life until I wither into the ground. Comfortable silence, nature and its eternity, seeing a mountain and knowing it was there before I was born, and that it will stay there long after I'm dead. Feeling tiny and grateful in a world that's far larger and more significant than my ego could ever be. These are my favorite things, and these are the things that I enjoy. And yet, expressing them, experiencing them, and even feeling them, I'm scared to do it, Teddy. More than an admission of defeat, it would be making myself vulnerable. It doesn't take much either. A bad day, a bad encounter, a bad person. Life has a way of making you resent the things you love. Wouldn't it be better to bury and forget about them? Maybe dig them up every once in a while to get a small glimpse so you don't go completely insane? I'm sorry, Wyvern, I'll get to your comment in a second. But when I look up and see these three girls, the very embodiment of the green fields and pink mountain cliffs surrounding them, I start to doubt everything I've just written. Yellowstone is so nurturing, biting her nails simply because she doesn't give everyone a good meal. Simply because she couldn't give everyone a good meal. Zion does her best to make people happy, even if it means eating a plate of their obvious desperation. And Yosemite, for all her flaws, is always grasping at knowledge. Sometimes she just grabs a handful of straws instead, but all she's looking for is truth. There's everything I'm too afraid or too tired to be. Oh, they're everything I'm too afraid or too tired to be. Or maybe everything I was. I could be that. Could go back to that. I could. Do I want to, though? Am I brave enough to actually take that step, Teddy? What stops me, or anything else that could go wrong, from reverting back to how things are? Nothing. That's what. Nothing at all. Alright, it would make more sense if she were something like Capulan volcano if they wanted to have more volcanic features in her head. You know, true that. I don't know. I don't know why they did. I don't know. I wiped the sandwich crumbs off the page and clapped Teddy shut with a sigh. Usually I come away feeling better after journaling, but I guess when I do it while I'm in a good mood, it just has the opposite effect. I'm never going to be content, huh? There are times when it feels like that, right? Zion stretches her tiny arms to the sky as a yawn squeaks out of her.
Done. Thank you very much for the food.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Somebody come save this fucking angel from this. Her plate is empty enough for me to believe she actually licked all that slop clean. Just how dedicated to Yosemite is this little squirt? Brother, every time somebody gets rid of Yosemite's food, an angel gets their wings.
That's my girl. You make Yosemite so happy.
Ugh. I'm sorry, I just don't like the way she said that. Zion wrinkles her nose. Maybe even she's surprised by how much she's getting babied compared to usual.
Okay. Well, if you're happy, then I'm happy. I think.
Damn. Unable to bite down on her bottom lip any harder, Yellowstone speaks up.
Zion, you don't have to.
Uh-oh.
Yellowstone, please.
Yosemite's voice spikes, then comes back down with a crack.
Please, let me do this.
Girl, you need a therapist, not to torture your friends. At first, it doesn't seem like her pleading is going to work. Yellowstone takes in a breath to let her have it, but she deflates as soon as Yosemite turns to us. She doesn't say anything, her damp eyes do all the talking. She forces a shaky smile and turns back to Zion.
So, how are you feeling now?
No matter how happy of a tone she puts on, her labored breath makes every word ring with hollow desperation.
I'm not sure. A little queasy. I think from the food.
Probably. Whatever facade Zion was trying to keep up for Yosemite's sake is starting to fall apart. Even the simple act of looking at Yosemite seems too much for her to bear as her voice begins to crumble.
But did it remind you of anything? Did it make you nostalgic?
For the time about an hour ago when I didn't have to touch this food, yeah.
I don't care if you liked it or not. All I want to know is that it worked.
Holy shit. Dude, she dropped the fucking facade.
Please tell me it worked.
I mean, Yosemite fires off strings of panic. They come shooting out of her mouth as quick as they exit. Whatever all of this has been building up to, it's coming to a head. Can't say I'm happy to have a front row seat to it.
I'm sorry.
No. What did I tell you? Don't apologize. Nothing is accomplished that way.
Zion winces as Yosemite's fingers grip into her shoulders. Through squinted eyes, droplets of tears start to fall from her lashes. She can't squirm away. Yosemite's forcing her to look at her, to witness this sad performance face to face.
Please, Yosemite, I don't understand.
Why not? You must remember something. It can't just all be gone.
I feel like fucking Patrick Bateman just, why not, you stupid bastard?
I don't know what you're talking about. All I want is for you to be happy, Yosemite. Please tell me how to make you happy.
What the hell is this?
I need you to tell me that you remember this place.
I mean, if she doesn't, she doesn't, dude. It feels too personal. It feels too visceral.
That you can remember me hiding in bushes and staying until we could see the stars.
She shakes Zion like if she does it hard enough, all the information will just spill out of her.
Tell me the story, Zion!
I hate it.
I don't know what story.
Dude, this is just torture at this point.
Cut the crap, Yosemite! Whatever you're trying to do isn't working!
She ignores me. Nothing I said broke through. I'm not even sure she heard.
Then tell me what you remember! Tell me how you feel!
Fucking scared at the moment.
Scared!
Yeah, like, dude. Oh! A cloud of ash plumes out of Yellowstone's head. She jumps to her feet. The familiar wave of heat pushes towards me. My ears pop like a jet got too close to the ground and broke the sound barrier.
Put a sock in it, Yosemite!
Dude, she finally broke. Yellowstone's fury is carved into her face, a deep scowl etched in lines from her nose to her lips. Magma seeps over the top of her volcano and streams down her head. Yosemite sits there in a daze, her grip on Zion's shoulders, now just a limp hold. Zion doesn't even need to break away. She rushes over to Yellowstone and buries herself in her stomach, sobbing into her jacket.
I know what you're trying to pull, and I get it. It breaks my ticker, too. But this ain't right. Zion felt bad for you. I felt bad for you. It's the only reason I let this go on for so long. But you did what you always do and took it too far. She don't even remember anything, and you still did it. Well, listen here, Missy. You can throw your weight around when it comes to the rest of us, but I ain't gonna let you do it to Zion. If you actually care about her and aren't just being a selfish square, then you'll leave well enough alone.
Yosemite, her hands still stretched out, brings them in and takes a long, horrified look at them.
I didn't mean...
She can't finish her sentence. Yellowstone glares at her like a beast shielding its cub from a hunter. She switches over to me, but I look away.
I'm so sorry.
It's like, girl, it doesn't matter what you meant to do, it's what you did. There's no excuse for it. The words tumble out in a hoarse whisper. Yosemite scrambles to her feet and runs off into the forest, disappearing in the thick of the trees. When all is silent, Yellowstone lets out a long sigh and flops back down on the blanket, bringing Zion with her, still nestled in that tight hug. Most of the lava has dried already, but clumps of smoke still wisp from her head, like a candle was just blown up.
So, are you going to give me an explanation?
Not right now, but...
Not now, Eve. It ain't a good time.
yeah. Yellowstone strokes Zion's hair, combing out any stray leaves that have grown in. Zion clings to her in balls, the tears streaming down her round cheeks like waterfalls.
I just wish she wasn't hurting so much.
I mean, it's admirable, but it's like, it's not your problem to help her.
Why is it so hard for her to be happy?
That last one hits hard enough to knock the air out of me. Why is it so hard to be happy? For me, it's because I think too much. The downfall of mankind, really. But Yosemite, the pain in the ass who prides herself in having all the answers, the one who's always going around and telling me how I should live my life. What's her malfunction? Does she get to have one? After being so insistent about being right all the time, acting all high and mighty like she's some kind of bastion of wisdom and foresight. No, I won't let her. She doesn't get to be unhappy. Not after sitting across the table from me every morning and butting her way into my head. Not after stumbling over her ego enough to make me think she might actually get it in some way. In some small way. And not after making Zion cry.
Could you get out of Dodge for a bit, Eve? We need to be alone for a minute.
Yep.
Sure. Was just about to go for a walk anyway.
A long walk on a short path. I crack my knuckles, leaving Zion and Yellowstone in the ruins of the picnic. With my eyes toward the forest, I follow the direction Yosemite ran in and trample across the field. I'm swallowed by the shadows of the trees as I hike deeper into the forest, dodging low branches and paving new paths where people may not have treaded in decades, if ever. Unfamiliar birds chirp from every direction as I rustle through their home. The soil is moist and dark here, my boots sinking into it with every step I take. One would think that it would make it easier to track down Yosemite, but it's like she has no environmental impact at all. 0 footprints and not even trampled grass. For a second I start to think she zapped herself back to the cabin, but then between tangled branches I catch a glimpse of her blue hair. These girls sure have a way of running off into the woods when they don't want to confront reality. I swat away the leaves and march into the clearing. She tenses up. Her pointed ears twitch and then her shoulders relax.
Here to lecture me, I see.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact,
Don't waste your breath. I know what I've done.
I'll use my breath however I damn well please, including to chew you out.
Escalating as always.
Escalators! Eels.
How about my fists adjust your definition of escalation?
See, that's your problem. When you get the emotion bug, you have no clue how to quarantine it. So you lash out and punch people in the face.
I mean, yeah, she did break that dude's
It's
jaw. Oh.
Quit the charade!
Like, please don't break another jaw. Clenching my teeth, I groan and stomp the dead grass over and over. I don't punch trees. This is all I can do.
What the hell was that back there, huh?
Yosemite freezes, her eyes unblinking as I finish kicking the dirt and catching my breath. I'm not sure which one tired me out more. It's so much effort being angry all the time. So much. Why do caring and not caring have to be so hard?
It was desperation, I suppose.
Her ears flatten, and for an unshielded second, her arrow-straight posture slinks too.
No. More like panic. A flash of it all at once. When you break, and you feel you need to take an action. Any action. Or get swallowed by it.
Yeah.
Is it a Zion thing?
It's more than that. It's a crisis of dread rooted in existential...
Girl in simple terms.
Is it a Zion thing?
Okay.
It's a Zion thing.
She finally admits something with actual clarity and not vague poetry.
And what did Zion do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
She's done nothing.
Sadly.
She's as kind and nurturing and wonderful as she always has been. For as long as I can remember. Most likely before that, too. I'm the one who causes the issues. Who thinks too much, says too much, tries too hard in all the wrong ways. Bet you know that by now.
Yep.
Glad to see you've developed some self-awareness.
Both of you have.
I've always had it. It's just easier to suppress it than elaborate on it.
That's true, yeah. For the first time, she may have said something that's actually hard to argue with. And when I see her like this, sulking in the middle of a clearing like a lost kid in the woods, too deep in to know which direction to take next, it's enough to make me agree with her. There's always been something weird going on with Zion since the moment they all burst out of the closet pretending to be ghosts. The way they talk about her, how they treat her, we all baby her, sure, but there's real reverence there too. Not too different to how you might treat a grandparent or someone fading away in a nursing home.
Yosemite.
I can hear her draw in a sharp, steadying breath.
What happened to Zion?
She exhales. Her breath comes out in spurts and sputters. Yosemite running on empty.
What happens to everything? Time.
My knee-jerk reaction is to berate her for not just spitting it out, but then I remember something. Things both Yellowstone and Yosemite have said. That Zion can't help us out like she used to. Yosemite feeding me some mumbo-jumbo about human perception shaping reality. That comment I made about part puberty might not have been far off.
She's changed?
Yosemite turns, not enough to face me. I don't think she can manage that right now. All I get is her side profile. The sunlight breaks through the branches above us and glistens on the pebbles speckled across her face. A tear twinkles from the corner of her eye.
So much. And she used to be so much. So much.
Her fists clench, fingernails digging into her skin. The words seem to linger right behind the tongue. Unable to come to her, she tosses her hands through her hair until it looks like a mop.
So much more than she is now. It's completely and utterly unfair.
Her voice cracks, the wind whistles through the circle of trees surrounding us. It's as if her breathing, scattered and heavy, is composing the breeze. It's uncomfortable seeing this kind of vulnerability from her. How do I stop this? Where's that part of me that just wants to laugh in her smug face and tell her to get over it? That sulking in the forest isn't any way for the queen bitch to present herself. It would usually just come right out of me, but without a second to even filter through my head. But right now, it feels like all I want to know is to know. What brings the being I look at on the opposite side of the table every morning to this state?
What was she like?
My voice comes out softer than I ever expected. In these last 5 years, I've probably only used that tone of voice for pup and random critters I see off the side of the trail. Yosemite turns her head to me, her eyes slowly narrow, looking me over. She raises her brow, suspicion puppeteering every subconscious move her body makes away from me. I frown as I notice it. Her ears flicker, eyes going from narrow to wide with surprise. She quickly glances away, back to the side profile. She wanders a few steps closer.
She was like the forest, tall and wise and dignified. If there was something to be known, then she knew it. Every creature, story, and act of nature. If it was within her bounds, she lived alongside it and advocated its spirit. And when she found me, I was included in those bounds as well. All of me. The valley and everything else.
Sorry? Yosemite had always told me my thinking was too linear. I told her she didn't make any sense, but when she says these things out loud, things that sound far off, almost ancient, I think I get it, as well as I can understand things that might actually be beyond my comprehension. Feeling so far out of my depth I may as well be in the Mariana Trench, I crack an uneasy chuckle.
You make her sound like an actual angel.
If you had known her, you would have thought she were a goddess.
Yosemite snaps in my direction, biting off a small chunk of the conversation immediately. She cringes. It makes me wonder if that means she actually feels regret, but of course she does. Of course she does. The lull comes to an end with a chuckle of her own. Just one, though, nervous and solitary.
Her wings used to be bigger, you know? Well, all of her was bigger, I suppose. But her wings could stretch out as far as she was tall. Sometimes they seemed big enough to block out the sky. She used to wrap me in them. Her feathers were like clouds and she was warm. And she would look down at me and talk. Teach. I remember it. The images are getting fuzzier and fuzzier. But I can still remember how it felt. But she can't.
Now it all comes together. The story she was so desperate to hear. This whole outing.
The picnic didn't jog her memory like you wanted. Is that it?
There has to be something that can. I don't want to accept that all of it is just gone. If she forgets herself and then I forget her, then what proof will there be that any of it was real? That she was real?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, I feel like all of us always kind of wonder that, where it's like, yeah, when we die, I mean, the people around us remember us, but after they forget us, or if they don't, because the thing is, really, most people, you start to realize, most people don't know much about their grandparents, if anything. And, more often than not, you don't really tell stories of your grandparents to your children. You tell stories of your parents or your siblings or just your close relatives, aunts, uncles, whatever, right? So you're not passing on even generational knowledge from grandparents to kids. You just pass on your parents' knowledge. I mean, sometimes people do talk about their grandparents, but it's very much in passing. So literally less and less and less information is passed on about those people. So, because truly, nobody really talks about their great-grandparents, because most people don't know anything about the great-grandparents. So it's yeah, you may talk about your grandparents to somebody, but they probably don't really know them and don't really care too much about them, to be honest. So they're not really listening. And so you kind of there is that loss of a person, really, where it's yeah, there is, there's the original death where they just leave your life. And then there's the second death when people forget them entirely. where it's like, yeah, I mean, now nobody fucking remembers who this person was. You can leave a little thing on their gravestone and say, like, oh, the beloved mother and, you know, grandparent and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, what the fuck does that tell anybody outside of your family about this person? It doesn't tell them anything. So, it is kind of a sad thing that there's always a second death, you know, when you are forgotten by everybody. Poor Zion. Not because she's forgotten herself or whatever, but because Yosemite can't accept her that she is now. That her entire existence is deemed invalid because of Yosemite. How Zion must be forced to play along simply because of Yosemite's feelings. Now I get why Yellowstone was so upset.
That's real screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
All she knows is that you have high expectations, and you'll be sad if they aren't met. If she can't even remember anything, then how can you expect her to ever meet those? It's a litmus test, and a crummy one at that.
I'm ready for her to throw something right back at me, but she hardly reacts.
Call it what you want. Doing nothing would have been a betrayal to everything she did to make me who I am now. The only other option is to accept that the Zion who was real to me has been obliterated.
She starts for the other end of the clearing, further from the picnic than before. Then she stops at the mouth of 2 trees.
You might not believe me, but I am sorry that you were dragged into this. I know I'm selfish, angry. I don't mean for it to infect everything.
I call out to her, straining my voice so that she can hear me loud and clear from the other side.
You're only selfish if you can't accept her.
She glances over her shoulder.
Would you?
I mean, I guess that is a question, right? It's just, you know, could you accept somebody changing so entirely from the person that you knew them as? You know, she knew her as this mother figure, and then suddenly now she's the mother figure that's having to take care of Zion as a child now, and she's just sitting there like, yeah, you're not the person I once knew. How am I supposed to accept this change? Such a drastic change. The shade engulfs her as she fades back into the forest. When she's gone, the breeze stops. Birds return to the clearing, chirping as they warm themselves in the beams of sun spotting the ground. A long sigh heaves out of me. I didn't even know I was holding my breath. I lean against the rough bark of the tree. I thought about punching earlier. The thought strikes me again now, but despite all that, I still can't bring myself to do it. Can't make that change, punch that tree, read those letters. After all, if the real Zion was obliterated through change, then why would I ever commit to it?
You can't go out, not when the weather's so nasty.
A flash of lightning blots out the world, just for a second. It must not be too far away either, because thunder crashes outside as if it were right up in my ear. The entire cabin shakes. Sometimes change is good. We miss out on the people. We could be if we stay stagnant. Yeah. I mean, it's not that change itself is bad, it's just how much change. I mean, it's more of a philosophical question, but it's like, how much change can one person go through before they're considered a completely different person? Like, I don't want to get all psychological and philosophical and blah 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 on you, but I'm just saying, like, it is a genuine question to ask yourself of, like, how much can somebody change before they are a different person? Or are we always the same person no matter what, no matter how much we change? We're the same person, just a different version of ourselves. Because for a lot of people, if somebody changes too much, now they're not the same person and they may or may not like them. I mean, unfortunately, that's why a lot of relationships, you know, tend to fail, is more often than not, somebody falls in love with a version of somebody. And as the years go on, obviously we change and grow and all that stuff. And sometimes eventually they just come to a realization that they don't like the person that their partner has become. Not to say that they're wrong for that. Not to say that either party's at fault for anything like that. But it's like, well, you know, sometimes people change more than others, and that change forces a gap, you know? So, I'm just saying. Not that change itself is bad, it's just that sometimes it kind of forces people apart because people may not like the changes. Because they feel as though somebody isn't who they used to be, and now they're a completely different person than the person that they used to know. Yeah.
The weather wouldn't hurt me, Yellowstone. It wouldn't hurt you either.
Pup whines, trembling beneath the table as he sits on my feet.
So, that don't mean I'm not allowed to worry. First Yosemite runs off, and now you too. It just ain't right.
I finish reading through another form, then tear it in two.
Oh, please. Stop pretending like you're human. Anyone would get sick of the charade going on inside this cabin after long enough.
Yellowstone shoots a pointed glare at me. It gives Zion just enough time to open the door and slink onto the patio. The wind is so harsh it blows the rain into the cabin.
I'm sorry, Yellowstone, but I need to think.
Hey! Wait!
The door slams shut, leaving Yellowstone to stare at it, her hand still stretched out for Zion.
That was a real crummy thing to say. We might not be human, but we have feelers that work just as well as yours.
Well, that sucks for you then, huh?
Sorry to hear that.
I unfold the next feedback form and read through it. This one is from a Robert Sanchez, who wanted to extend his thanks to the ranger who walked with him to the river. I remember this geezer. He was looking for a specific spot his wife liked coming to before she passed. It rips in half without any trouble. I take the two halves and rip it again, this time into 4 quarters.
Just take advantage of not being human. It's your biggest strength. Don't have to worry about the same crap we do.
That's a fib. If we're strong, it's 'cause we're so much like people. That's the way I see it.
Don't look so smug. If Yosemite's collective consciousness mumbo-jumbo is right, then you 3 came from people. That's a tragedy, if you ask me. Rise above it.
You just keep being a negative Nancy. I'll keep being a correct Kathy.
Huh. She folds her arms and smirks, doubling down on her smugness, but the smirk softens, dissolving into a genuine smile. If she was offended by my cynicism, then she's already moved on from it. That's the thing about Yellowstone. She's always being saddled with everyone else's negativity. Maybe she never actually does move on from it, just packs it away somewhere inside her, only letting it all bust out of her when she can't contain it anymore. Always smiling until she can.
Sorry.
Ain't we all like that? I don't even unfold and read the next form, just rip it.
No big dealio. We've all had a rough go of it today.
She takes the chair Yosemite usually sits in and spins it around. Before squatting in it backwards, she tips it back and forth, 2 legs always off the ground.
We know who to thank for it, at least.
The 2 front legs of the chair slam down on the floor. Yellowstone's bottom lip quivers in sudden horror.
Me?
Nah.
Not unless you're 6 feet tall and have blue hair.
Oh.
It's not even relief that colors her face, only blank acknowledgement.
Yeah.
There's a gap in the conversation, if you could even call it that. The wailing of the storm is the only thing keeping it from lapsing into dead silence.
I know it's easy to get steamed at Yosemite. I'm kinda steamed at Yosemite. But she's sad. And she's been sad for a while. I tried my darndest to keep the fat lady singing for as long as I could, but when she's ready to yodel, by golly, she's gonna yodel. Don't pin too much on her, please.
I'm not sure if that's a request I can honor. My feelings on Yosemite keep getting more and more complicated. She's a rival, a validator, smart, snooty, kind, cruel. There could be an entire dictionary of words to describe her. She can bully Yellowstone into hating herself or manipulate Zion to the point of tears, while at the same time scolding me about my work and the nature of myself. Do I hate her? Respect her? Tolerate her? Are we friends? Sometimes it feels like we're friends. In a way, we always have been, since I first started coming to this park as a little kid. But to admit that is to take a step, to change. Isn't change obliteration according to her? That's actually one of the few things she said that I find easy to believe, or at least convenient to.
She told me about how different Zion used to be, you know?
There's no audible sigh, but her shoulders slump.
When did it start? Have you always known?
She stares down at the table, eyeing in on a cup stain, probably from Yosemite's tea. Her finger traces over the ring in an infinite circle.
I think it had already started by the time they found me. But even back then, Zion was different.
Different... how?
Shrugging with one shoulder, the other one stays in place so she can keep tracing.
Just different. A little taller, maybe? I don't remember so well. It's like I can think it, but I can't see it. Feelings come back the strongest.
That reminds me of something Yosemite said. If she forgets herself, and then I forget her, then what proof will there be that any of this was real? Yellowstone is clearer about explaining this kind of stuff. She doesn't lapse into theatrics, but the impression I get is still the same. Maybe they all forget, at one point or another.
The more big ol' Zion changed to little ol' Zion, the clearer she gets in my noggin.
The usual brightness in Yellowstone's voice shines through as she recollects.
And the crankier Yosemite got.
That little burst of sunshine is short-lived, though. The mere mention of Yosemite seems like it's enough to suck the light out of anything.
I always figured she was such a sourpuss 'cause of me, you know? That her and Zion had something real swell going on, and that by me being here, I had jammed it all up. Cooking, cleaning, and all that good stuff. I do it 'cause I'm grateful for the company. And I guess at some point I started hoping the gratitude would make her less sad.
Ever think that some people are just sad by their very nature?
Yeah.
Being sad is natural. All suffering is. But suffer too long and you kind of remove yourself from nature. You want to move with the circle, not get left behind in it. That way, when it comes back around, you're ready.
You think Yosemite, a representative of nature, has removed herself from it?
Oh, I think it's something a whole lot of people do.
Yellowstone decides to punctuate her body by bouncing her eyebrows.
Ha.
I take another form from the pile and skim over it. Not many more to go now.
Say, what are those papers you keep tearing up?
Nothing important.
The pieces flutter to the ground and I go for the next one.
As the gal who's gonna have to sweep them up, I'd say it's pretty important to me.
I'll clean them up then.
I go in for the next one, but she swipes the stack off the table before I can. She grins at me with her teeth, revealing 2 rows of polished pearly whites. My eyes glaze over.
They're feedback forms. Visitors can fill them out. Most do it to complain. All these ones happen to mention me.
Ooh, juicy gossip.
She quickly unfolds the entire stack. Her eyes scan from left to right as she reads through the first page.
Hey. This don't look like moaning to me. In fact, they're saying some real nice things about ya. Handwriting could be better, though.
Yeah, they're all like that. My supervisor wanted me to read them.
So why are you ripping them all up?
Because they're convenient lies.
She licks her thumb and shuffles to the next form.
You mean none of these things actually happened?
Oh, they happened, all right. I just think they got the wrong impression of me. Take a look at any of those and tell me if it sounds like me.
I think they do.
Then, for my sake, I hope you're wrong.
Yellowstone flips to the next form, saying nothing as she reads through it. She stares at it for a good long time. Her eyes are unmoving, like she's narrowing in on one spot. Then she starts digging around in her head again. Great. Really wish she would warn me before doing this. At least I won't have to eat whatever comes out of it this time. I hope. She whips out a small roll of tape, tears off a piece, then bends both sides together to make it double-sided. All I do is watch as she does this a couple more times and sticks them to the back of the form she was just reading.
Having fun?
She answers by snagging Teddy off the table and slapping the form onto the first free page.
Hey! That's my journal, not your arts and crafts project!
I leap out of my chair and rush to the other side of the table, ready to pry Teddy out of her soon-to-be cold, dead hands. She doesn't retaliate, though, already presenting the book to me before I have the chance to get physical. I rip it out of her hand.
You're dead.
You're dead.
Read it.
Okay. I glare at her, still contemplating all the sharp objects I could shove inside her head.
Go on, don't be shy.
I mean, but can she even feel the inside of her head? I don't think she can, bro. I look down at Teddy. The edges of the form she taped in there are sticking out of the journal, breaking up the aligned cohesion of every other page. Acting more like a bookmarker, the form doesn't even let me flip through all the pages. All I have to do is open it up and I'm there. There's no name, number, email address, or even a listed date. Aside from the logos on the formal "Tell us how we're doing," all there is to read is the print on the paragraph lines. Didn't catch her name, but I wanted to thank that one ginger ranger for sitting down next to me on that log while eating lunch. We only said a few words to each other, but I'm still here for the time being because of it.
There's nothing wrong with being valued, Eve.
Everything just stops. My heart, my bitching, hell, maybe even my lungs. Because I'm not even sure I'm breathing. There's no way. I'm not. I'm not valuable, not worth being valued. A flash of white blinds me, and a few seconds later I hear the thunder behind it. When my sight comes back, the room is dark, filled with shadows.
Ah, phooey. The darn lights went out.
Yellowstone scurries across the room, from window to window, drawing open the curtains to let in the natural light. It gives me enough time to iron out the lump in my throat and choke down the stray sobs. I'm not valuable, but to one person, I guess I was. Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter if they had the wrong impression of me or not, as long as they saw the end of that day. There's a faint knock at the door. God, dude, yeah. You never know what people are going through. And, I mean, truly, when people are at their lowest, more often than not, like, the smallest act of kindness makes their entire day. And it just, you know, sometimes it can save people from doing something more permanent that they can't take back. So, I mean, like, you know, I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but I'm just saying, you know, sometimes people enjoy company, sometimes they don't. But if you ever see somebody that just seems a little lonely, I know that it's hard. I mean, I especially struggle with it. I'm very socially anxious. But maybe just talk to them, you know? It's not hard and it makes them feel a lot better tell you that, so... Like, you never know when somebody just needs someone to talk to, like, just anybody. Because... life gets heavy for everyone at some point. Anyway, rambling over. Yellowstone freezes in place, both arms spread out, opening up a curtain. I wipe away the tears still stuck to my cheeks.
I'm done thinking. Is it okay if I come back in now?
Zion's muffled voice is barely audible over the sound of rain and thunder, but I can hear her usual polite timidness ring out like a church bell. Guess she didn't outright exile herself like Yosemite did. Don't get why she has to ask permission to come back in from a walk. She decided to go on, though. Yellowstone rushes to the bathroom, then shuffles back out, a fresh towel in hand. She opens the front door so fast that I wouldn't be surprised if she wound up tearing it off the hinges.
Come in, I'll give you shelter from the storm.
She ushers Zion inside and closes the door behind her. She's sopping wet. Even her wings are weighed down by the water dripping from them. A puddle forms around her feet.
Just look at ya, you're soaked to the bone.
Without missing a beat, Yellowstone kneels down and starts drying Zion off with the towel. There's no method to it, just spastically scrubs every area of her body like you might do with your hair after getting out of the shower.
Sorry for getting upset earlier.
Her words are jumbled and muffled by the towel.
It ain't no thing.
She stops scrubbing and Zion's head pops out of the towel. Poor Zion looks as guilty as a felon despite being the victim in all this.
You're not fibbing, are you?
Course not. We've all been getting a little peeved lately, so I think your lid is entitled to at least one flip.
For the people who need to hear it, you matter. You're here and you're loved, especially you, Okami. Okay, piss off. Damn it, dude.
Okay. I still think it was childish of me, though.
Thanks, bud. Okay, they smile at each other, then clunk foreheads and nuzzle them together. Yellowstone mentioned that Yosemite had a bad case of Mama Bear syndrome, but looking at this, I have to wonder who might have it worse.
You got back here quick. Sure you did enough thinking out there?
She jumps at the sound of my voice, my presence making itself known from the shadows.
Probably not as much thinking as you do, Miss Eve.
Too much of it, if you ask me.
It's better than thinking too little. Probably.
It's not. She breaks away from Yellowstone, who is still in the middle of drying her, and gets a few steps closer to me. Yellowstone pouts as she wipes up the drops of water behind her.
Actually, the reason I came back is because I wanted to talk to you.
To me? Don't know if you noticed, but I don't have the most engaging personality.
That's not true. Yosemite wouldn't like you as much as she does if that were the case.
The words start to stumble out, but just end up sputtering to a stop. No response for that. Yosemite doesn't actually like me, right? Only tolerates me. Unless she really does. My god, that's horrifying. Not because she might see me as an acquaintance she enjoys spending time with, but because I'm okay with it. Instead of walking the rest of the way to me, she gets up and floats to meet me eye to eye.
Could you possibly take my hand? I'd like to go somewhere special for this.
She extends her hand to me. I don't immediately grab it.
Ooh, another field trip! Do we want to try for another picnic?
Actually, Yellowstone...
Please, no more fucking picnics. We saw how the last one went. Yellowstone scrunches up her face, like she's trying to do long division. I'm a little worried at first, but she finally gets the right equation.
Oh, I see how it is. You cats think you're too cool for school. A bumpkin like me would just cramp your style.
I'm glad you finally figured it out. Nah, I mean, it's like, look, girl, we can do a picnic next time, like another day, but Jesus Christ, not right now. We're too traumatized for today. Zion gasps at the notion. She starts to speak, but Yellowstone turns around and waves us off.
Go on, get. Old Yellowstone will hold down the fort like she always does.
Her dismissive hand slips into a thumbs up. Zion breathes a relieved sigh.
Thank you.
Hold on, I haven't agreed to anything yet.
But you will.
That's okay. You'd end up doing it anyway.
Well, she's not wrong. She clasps my hand and smiles.
Ready?
Sure.
Yeah, fine.
Static. I'm swept away, the ground gives way beneath me, as do the walls, the air, anything familiar to ground me is gone. All engulfed by the sizzling of electricity running through me. Then darkness. A deep, eternal darkness, the most natural I've ever seen. It doesn't feel dangerous or scary, just inviting, like the indescribable space. I'm falling through our cradling arms of something much bigger. I want to let go. Then there's ground. I stumble for footing, but when you're going to slip, there's never any stopping it.
Ah, son of a...
My knees slam down on jagged rock. Tiny pebbles meld into my shins. If my jeans weren't already shredded, this would have done the trick.
Such a bumpy landing. You weren't thinking about letting go, were you?
Zion gently floats down beside me. Her wings tuck in as both feet gently touch the ground.
Does it matter if I was? Ouch.
It does! You mustn't even think of it. Never, ever.
Before I can let myself truly meditate on the pain, Zion bends over and helps me up. I dust myself off, but try not to look at my knees. If it's gonna leave a mark, I'd rather not see it.
So, I'm guessing we're somewhere in Zion.
A chill wind blows right through me, tossing my hair. Red and orange mountain cliffs bookend a winding, vibrant valley. It encapsulates the area tightly enough to be a canyon. The only proof that there's something beyond here, that there's an end, is the river curving through the green inferno, bending out of sight behind a mountain. To a place I'll probably never see, never step foot in.
Feeling enraptured?
I mean, how could you not be when you get this view?
Only so many vistas you girls can show me before that stops happening.
I don't think that's true.
I don't believe that's true.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's not.
The smell here is different from Yosemite. I didn't even catch a whiff of that familiar alpine scent I love so much. The air here is so thin and crisp it could almost be called odorless, if not for the faint hint of sage that peppers the back of my throat. It's all so clean.
Is this where your painting is?
Angel's Landing. That's correct. Although, I'd like to think of it more as a portrait.
Anything with a frame usually is.
Though with a name like Angel's Landing, it's not always this blunt. She smirks.
It seems the best of us is rubbing off on you.
Zion closes her eyes, taking in a deep, steadying breath. It all feels so cyclical in a way. She's taking in air from her land, it filters through her, and then she breathes it all back out. Assuming she has lungs. Assuming anything. She draws her eyes from the green expanse, locking them on her bare feet. A troubled frown has carved itself deep into her face. Not that she hasn't always seemed troubled, frantic little thing that she is. Oh, the picture's zooming out.
Miss Eve,
Slowly but surely.
I believe I was being wishy-washy today.
Why? Because you couldn't stand up to Yosemite? She was always gonna push it as far as she could. It's her malfunction, not yours.
It was never about standing up for myself. What I'm guilty of is much worse. I wasn't able to commit to the truth. I had told you that change is natural.
As gradual as the passing of the dusk to dawn.
I echo her words back at her. She freezes, a little surprised that I remembered it maybe. The somber look on her face tells me that all I've done is just reinforce what she's determined to be the truth.
Yes, that's right. And yet, I was uncertain enough to contradict that almost immediately afterwards, telling you that we do what we can for as long as we can. But that's resisting change. It's a terrible thing to indulge someone else's stagnation. That's what I did to Yosemite.
Yep. I mean, I feel like so many people are scared to, like, push back on people, you know? And it really leads to a lot of people ending up more stagnant because it's like, well, like, I mean, we all need somebody to push back on our worst parts of ourselves, you know? Even if it's something small like just self-doubt, you need somebody that will be there to push back on it and say, you know, that needs to change, that you need to care about yourself more and take care of yourself more. I mean, we all do, really. I feel like so many of us just have such deep-rooted self-hatred, you know? I mean, it doesn't just show up overnight, it's just years and years of shit piling up and just chipping away at you, right? But, you know, we all need somebody to sit there and tell us that, you know, we mean something, that we're worth something, and that we need to, you know, see that in ourselves and not just seek it from external validation. You know, eventually you need to be able to validate your own existence and stuff like that, and be able to say that, you know, you are worthy of love and things like that on your own. You know, and sometimes we have worse habits that people need to push back on. And, you know, maybe it's things like pushing people away. And you need somebody that will put up with you and push back on it. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I mean, you know, some people are just like that, and you shouldn't put up with people being mean or rude, but sometimes it's a defense mechanism. So, sometimes it's just something we need to, you know, work with. I guess that's one way to look at it, but there's something about it that bugs me. It shifts personal accountability from Yosemite to Zion. However, I don't believe for a second that was ever Yosemite's intention. I have my issues with her and how she's acted, but there's always something about it I can relate to. There's no way I could ever read her mind, but I think it would only make her feel worse if she knew Zion was blaming herself in this way.
You know, after she ran, I went and tracked her down.
That was a very kind thing to do.
To chew her out.
Yep.
Oh,
Every reason and justification she gave me sounded selfish and brain dead. For someone who exclusively speaks with words that are over 2 syllables, she sure has trouble articulating herself. But after cooling off a little, I think I sort of get it.
It's interesting. Even from up here, overlooking everything that there is in the valley, I can still make out fine details. The biggest one is the flow of the river's current. Unlike Zion's portrait, there aren't any white or black dashes in the water to communicate movement to the viewer. All I have to do is look at it, and I know it's moving forward.
She's afraid. Not of change, but what can be left behind because of it. Who you used to be might be different than who you are now, even if you still think you're that person. New isn't scary, but the idea that the old might not be there anymore is. The drama queen compared it to obliteration. And she said that's what happened to you.
I've been dancing around this subject with Zion for long enough. We can talk all about symbology and allegory that hint at what happened to her, but that's not honest. I think she knows it too. She smiles like an old master thief finally caught in the act. It's an expression suited for someone far older than how she looks.
Do you know what happened to you?
I doubt it.
It's not about knowing, Miss Eve. Anyone can tell they're sunburned if they've been outside long enough. I don't remember. It's like you said. Whoever I was is much different than who I am now.
A dull sadness pulses somewhere deep, somewhere hidden in my chest. I'm not sure it's anything deep, but just a shallow wistfulness.
But to say that I've been obliterated would be a true disservice to whoever it is that I was.
A sharp wind pushes at us from behind. Zion's satisfied smile gets a little bigger as her eyes sneak to her peripheral. I make a subtle turn to see what she's looking at. Behind us, Yosemite's tall figure watches from the brush. She stands still, careful to do nothing that would make herself known.
Obliteration isn't real. Everything echoes. Whether me, you, or anyone else knows it or not. Everything is passed down. No one ever truly leaves their old self behind. The old informs the new. It'd be imaginary without it. And not just ourselves, but others too.
I'm not gonna lie. This particular episode or chapter, whatever you want to call it, they call it chapters. This came out at a very important time for me. And I really needed these messages, so, I know that there's some that this shit will resonate with, where it's like, there's just a time in your life when you're going through a really big change and it feels scary. Or you're going through something very difficult and that also feels scary, but just know that, there's always something at the end of the rainbow, Can't sit here and say that things will get better. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes things get worse. But all I can say is that eventually things plateau. They don't continue to tumble downhill. They may not go uphill for a while, but they'll even out. You'll figure it out.
It's not scary, not one tiny bit. Because any part of yourself that's ever been will always be.
I wonder who she's talking to at this point. It's cheeky, more like a sneaky imp than a delicate angel. But who can stand beside an angel and argue with their message aside from the devil and his advocates?
So the residual effects of misery last forever, huh?
Yep. Look at, look at people passing on their trauma.
Yes, has the building blocks to much better things.
Generational trauma, bro. Keep that shit going. Only to be tossed into the lake of fire. Now that's real obliteration. Strands of Zion's golden hair flutter in the breeze. Petals and leaves fall off her body, drifting into the clear blue sky. Back in California at the cabin, I'll bet the storm is still raging. Dark skies and howling wind. National parks have the range of a choir.
So, can I ask a question?
Yeah?
I think you just did. But another one is okay too.
Alright.
Do you, have the wings because of the names of places like this? Or is there a logistical reason for it? I don't understand why you girls look the way you do at all.
Fair question. The twinkle in her eye dulls. The sage smile goes flat.
Miss Eve,
Yes?
stop overcomplicating everything.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that is new. I've not seen that one. Okay. Zion and the Ranger stay for a while longer, the conversation lapsing into a discussion about Zion National Park and the sights of the area. Eve isn't one to get excited about very many things, but as she talks about all the sites she wants to camp at and the trails she wants to hike, there's a real light that exudes from her. To be truthful, I prefer it to the hopelessness that weighs down her personality near constantly. It's easier to imagine myself with that kind of light when she's an example to follow by. Eventually, they grab hands and vanish within the blink of an eye. A quick scuff of wind is the only proof that they were even there. I don't think they noticed me. Being observant is one of the things I pride myself most on, so lurking out of sight isn't a difficult task. Sifting out of the brush, I take a seat on the edge of the cliff. Because of Zion's painting, I have immediate access to this place, but I choose not to come here very often. It's a painful reminder of things I know I'll need reminders of. Still, it's a wondrous view. It's unlike anything in my park. In me. The sky turns a magical golden orange. It's as if the sunset is jealous and has chosen to copy the colors of the very mountains it sets behind. The river is not jealous, however. It naturally reflects whatever surrounds it. The river can be whatever it wants, and whatever it needs to be. So I sit there, hoping that the blue strands of my hair can do the same thing as the rivers they invoke. To reflect the things in front of me, even if they are not what I am, so I can chameleon myself as those things, perhaps eventually becoming them in earnest. You know, in a way, she reminds me of Toko from... What's that one anime? The, Bloom Into You. With, like, wanting to not be herself and, like, wanting to basically be a replacement for her sister who was more liked than her. Like, her sister was better liked than her, and so she's like, okay, well, if I just act like my sister, then everybody will like me in turn. And sadly, it worked. It really, like, it worked exactly as intended. Everybody started liking her more. You know, like, suddenly people actually liked her, and she was like, oh, well, you know, I can't be myself if I want people to like me. And that's exactly what I see in this bitch, is it's just like, you know, just the, like, yeah, if I could just reflect the things people want to see, then they would like me, and then maybe I would be able to like myself. Because it stems from self-hatred, that then you just wish that other people would... I mean, again, you're seeking external validation for an internal problem. We all do it at some point in our life. It's just... yeah. You gotta work through it. I do that until the light sinks below the horizon. Then the river only reflects the darkness, and eventually the moon. There's static, the collision of the natural and the unseen. Then there's darkness. And now there's rain. I stand in front of the door, immediate access to anywhere within the confines of this park, and I'm still too much of a coward to zap myself inside. The lightning sizzles through the sky, and for precious milliseconds, it lights up the dark shadows of the surrounding mountains as if it were day. Its younger brother Thunder moans, booming at me, demanding that I face what my panic has wrought. I could stay out here forever and ignore it, but I choose not to. I twist the knob and creep through the door. The inside of the cabin is blanketed in shadows. No electricity, not even fire. The dim luminescence of the outside world, the light that would be there if the sun itself was snuffed out, bleeds through the windows. There's no such thing as pitch black.
Yosemite? Is that you?
Ooga booga. Her voice is a groggy whisper, yet even that feels like a challenge, as do most things from her. The urge to answer it is just too great.
No, I'm an intruder, here to desecrate your federal property.
Shh. Not so loud. The others are sleeping.
My bad.
Oh. I didn't know.
I'll be quiet. I'm kidding. My banter just got shut down. Utterly, it feels embarrassing.
Well, don't just stand there. You're letting all the cold air in.
My heart somersaults as I hurry to shut the door. Quietly, of course. The atmosphere is so strange here. as if the entire cabin's axis has been shifted subtly, but noticeably. The floorboards squeak as I tiptoe across the cabin. I take another step. There's a quiet grunt, more of an irritated breath than a growl. I look down to see the coyote puppy baring his top row of teeth at me. He's laying on his side, legs and ears spread out. It lessens the danger, but I scurry to the ranger-shaped outline on the couch. Anyway.
Doc, my teeth keep falling out. Yum.
The fuck? Girl, what? Yellowstone is also sitting on the couch, slouched over onto Eve's shoulder, and drooling. Incoherent dream words slip out from between her snores.
Look.
Her eyes signal down. Curled up like a fetus, Zion takes up the last free cushion, but is small enough for the couch to still feel spacious. There's a soft rhythm to her breath. Her sleep always seemed so peaceful. No murmurs or snores. It's such a contrast to the panic she carries with her throughout the day. It gives me the impression that the life she leads when she's dreaming may be the real one, and all of this is just a brief, bittersweet vision, a byproduct. I brush her bangs out of the way of her forehead and run my fingers through the rest of her hair. It's soft and weightless, as if it were made from the fabric and strands of all the feathers that have ever fallen from her wings.
There's something broken in me, isn't there?
Yep. There's always a little something broken in all of us, bud. Not just you.
Welcome to the club. Now sit down.
Is that an offer? A demand? Probably both. I hesitate, and somehow I know that I'll be doing a lot more of that I'll be doing that a lot more lately. Hesitating. Thinking. Even though I already do far too much of the latter. Fear of forgetting and the fear of tomorrow will continue to color everything I do from now on. Just as it's coloring my perception of Zion at this very moment. From loving mentor to child I love, and now to enigma. Everything is shifting. I know that, despite how much I try to fight against it. Does doing so make me a worse version of myself? I want to uncover truths. It's all I devote myself to. Yet here I am kicking against the inconvenient ones. I slide onto the couch, careful not to stir Zion. Gently, I shift her onto my lap. She tosses and my heart drops as I try to will her from waking up. It seems to work because she only nuzzles herself deeper into me. Eve does her best attempt to turn her head as she tries to navigate the uncomfortable position of Yellowstone's volcano weighing down most of her left neck muscles.
I called you selfish earlier.
I mean, not wrong.
You did?
It's not damning.
It should be, though. I know what I am.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I'm selfish. Vindictive and scared. In my crisis, I drag down others to my low. Make them as afraid and uncertain as me.
I look to Yellowstone. Her sleeps are never quite as restful as Zion's. I've heard her mumble lists of chores and expectations in her sleep before. I've heard her whimper as well. Then I look to Zion, an image of perfection that I'm unsure ever even existed, despite being so sure this morning, but probably not. The ranger, Eve, chews on her bottom lip, contemplating my words, the things I've always treated as weapons but are really just shields.
It's true. You're all of those things. I've been right about you since day one. It's fine, though. I am too.
She reaches to pat the back of my hand twice, then draws it away. A smirk forces its way across my lips, although I can't describe it as anything but cynical.
Well, you are only human after all.
Fog presses against the window across the room, water trailing down the glass. The patter of rain taps against the roof until it's over. I don't believe any of us will leave this couch. Hey, that's a good way to, have things, right? All warm and cuddled up with people you love and listening to the rain hit the window.
Yosemite! Wherever are you hiding?
We're back to the flashback.
Oh dear me. If she doesn't appear soon, I won't be able to tell her a story. Our picnic will be ruined. Whatever shall I do?
Wait, I'm right here! I want to hear the story!
Oh, I'm not so sure now. It's getting rather late. Perhaps we should return to the cabin.
Preposterous!
It's preposterous, dear.
Preposterous! Please, Zion! I want to hear the story about the swallow again! Tell me the swallow story!
At least now we're starting to get more info.
Goodness. I suppose I have no choice then.
No, you certainly do not.
Very well. Come sit down, little one. You can't listen to a story from all the way over there, now can you?
Coming!
Straighten your posture.
But Zion, must I really?
Only if you respect yourself.
Now?
Once upon a time, there was a poor man in a field. In the past, he had been quite popular, but rambunctiousness had gotten the better of him, and he had spent all his valuable possessions, including his clothes. While wandering the endless field, he saw a swallow overhead.
I mean, she's very different from how she is now. I mean, National Park Girls Love Our Parks edition. Alright, that's the end of chapter 3. Now we're just on to the camp. Eventually I'll remember it. It's the camp stuff. But yeah. Fireside chat, that's it. Yeah. But
Howdy-yo, campers, and welcome back to another edition of mine and Zion's Fireside Chat.
I mean, it is such a crazy thing to think about. Like, yeah, how would any of us handle having somebody that we saw as a potentially parental figure or mentor figure suddenly just become a fucking child, and suddenly we're the parent or like mentor figure, and we're like, what do I do with you now?
Hello! It's very nice to be here.
Today we're going to talk about something we've seen a whole lot of people getting discombobulated over.
Okay.
Is it your head?
Damn.
Not this time. Though to be really about the dealio with ya, I'm starting to get a little sensitive about that. Nah, this time we're gonna explain once and for all the difference between a national park and a national monument.
There's a surprising amount of confusion over this, so hopefully we'll be able to help.
It ain't that surprising. I mean, they both got the word national in them. Most folks just zone out after the first little phrase.
Yeah.
They do?
Oh, maybe only I do that.
I mean, most people more just like mentally fill in the blank before you even say it, and sometimes they're wrong.
I love you, Yellowstone.
Wait, why doesn't it sound like you mean it?
So, there are more details to go into, but the most important thing to understand is that a national park can only be established by an act of Congress. A national monument is established through a presidential proclamation.
Huh? It's that simple? Hot diggity, this is gonna be our shortest episode yet!
Not so fast, Yellowstone. These nice people are here to be educated. We have to do our jobs, for their sake.
Yeah, come on.
Huh? Are you sure? What if they get funny ideas and start making weird fan art about National Monument girls? I don't think I'm ready for that.
I don't know if that's been done yet, but I now need to look into it.
It's a risk we have to be willing to take for education.
For education.
Damn, bro.
So, if national parks are decided by Congress and national monuments are decided by the president, doesn't that mean any old place can become one or the other?
Not quite. This is when things start to get a little more complicated.
Please bear with us by standing your ground and appearing large.
Yellowstone, you're confusing your bears again.
Even if that's true, it'll never stop me from bearing my soul.
Jesus.
Mm. For monuments, it's a little easier. As long as a building, site, or piece of land is significant in some way, then it can be declared a national monument. In fact, this is how we determine the difference between a national historic site and a national historical park.
Don't tell me there's a difference. Boy, this is only getting more and more confusing.
I'll try my best to explain. Basically, sites can be historic in that significant events happened there, like Ford's Theater, where President Lincoln was assassinated. Meanwhile, parks are designated independently of any events that may have occurred there. They may be historical, but in order for a place to be considered a park, national historic or otherwise, it has to have opportunities for recreational activities.
Like hiking and rock climbing and other trail junk.
That's right! Size is also important too. Small parks used to be established on occasion, but in modern times, it's expected for a park to be big enough for broad use.
Damn.
So if it makes you feel itty-bitty and tiny, then it's probably a park?
That's a good way to look at it, although there will always be exceptions.
Seems like there's a tractor load of those.
Yeah, it's a teeny bit messy. Most monuments, parks, and sites are managed by the National Park Service, though. But sometimes, the Bureau of Land Management is in charge of them, or even other departments. Sometimes people push for things to be more organized, but that's probably a long ways off, so you shouldn't hold your breath. No, seriously, Yellowstone, stop holding your breath.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh well, guess for now we just gotta keep appreciating the messy beauty we got now. Who cares about names or what's official? As long as folks get a chance to see neato places, it's all square in my book.
Just make sure to come visit us first, or else we'll get lonely.
Well, thanks for dropping by, but it looks like we gotta split. Catch you next time, campers, and remember to love our parks!
Bye-bye!
Bye. Alright. Well, that's the end of episode 3.
Ranger Adams? Ranger Adams? I thought that the teepee were supposed to be like tents. So why is this one made of wood, huh, Ranger Adams?
Jesus Christ. Anyway. Anyway, that's all I got for you today for National Park Girls episode 3. Next week, Friday, 5 p.m. PST as usual, we will be playing Chapter 4. And then the week after that, on Friday, we'll be playing Chapter 5. Yeah. Same time as usual, same day. Then after that, the game is open. Let me see. We do have a few potential games. Will be like game options. I'll be probably streaming ATS occasionally in between that time. But yeah, the game after this game is just up for debate. I'll let you know more either next week or on our final week when I actually know what we're going to be playing. If you guys have any suggestions for what you'd like me to play, then I'm also up for that. Just really depends. But yeah, I think that's all I got for you today, guys. Hope you guys had a good one and have a good night. Alright, see ya, bye.